Greetings and welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to episode 435 of the Words About Games podcast. I'm allowed to forget this week. It's been
It's
like 3 weeks.
409.
It's been 3 weeks. I'm allowed to forget what number we're up to this week. The weekly gaming podcast for Words About Games. I'm one of your hosts, Sammy K. Alexander. I'm joined this week by the 3-star champ himself. It's Daffin Moody.
Oddly doodly do, everyone. It's Friday, you know what that means. We're back for 2025 on the holiest day of video games. I hope everyone is well.
And we're also joined by the birthday boy himself a few days ago. It's Vitz Patel.
It's true. I'm even older now. So, yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for the birthday wishes, those who contribute to the birthday video, and indeed to the birthday present that you're seeing me from now with a shiny new upgraded setup. So, yeah, thank you for that. And as I say, I'm even older. So, yay for, if recent life events have taught us anything, not all of us are given the grace to reach ages like mine. So, yeah, we got to celebrate it while we can.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed there's no reaction video to you watching your birthday video, though.
So we tried to set that up, but because I watched it on the TV, we didn't really have the setup for it, kind of thing. So, but yeah, there was a lot of smiles and a lot of me going and yeah, lots of that.
That's good. I'm glad.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of terror from when I watched your bit and you were giving me the eyes about.
There should be terror.
Well, you got to have a copy of this video, right, Amy? You at least send it to me. I want to see all of it.
The full video. Yeah, I can send it to you. It's it's unlisted on this very channel because I had nowhere else to put it.
Cool. Yeah, send me a link.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm curious of what it looks like because I know you did the one for Fixie all those years ago when we bought him a Xbox. Not Xbox One X, wasn't it? Did you do the editing?
No,
for that
I never
one?
did the editing for any of those videos. I was in several of them.
Yeah, you were in it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no. What happened was Vitz's partner, Lollyfox, amazing person, great Twitch moderator, set up a Discord, invited everybody in, and then like she'd mentioned like, I don't know what she'd said in like the general chat that I was barely aware of because I always forget Discord exists when we're not recording stuff. And I was scrolling through and I just said, do you need help editing this? Because I got nothing. I've got no projects on at the moment. We were on a Christmas break. Yeah. And I wasn't like editing anything for the channel. So I was like, do you want help? And like, she was trying to edit it on an iPad.
Yeah, that didn't work out too well.
No, when she uploaded all the videos to the Google Drive and I started pulling them down, I was like, I can see why this didn't work well. I don't think any of the videos were in the same file format, frame rate, like audio formats. It was like I thought, I'll open up a timeline in DaVinci, I'll just throw everything in and call it a day. It'll be super easy. And then it was like half of them the videos didn't work, half of the audios didn't, and I was like, okay, like let me just put this through and then this, and then I was like, oh, this is some work. And then it got to the reason my videos at the end isn't because I had editorial control. I put everything in like in the order that it was received.
Right. Okay. Yeah, of course. And
I took too long. I took so long, like using the time that I had to edit it that I forgot to record mine. Until the day before the deadline that I'd set.
Right, yeah.
I was like, I need to record something.
Fitz watches the video and said, "Oh, bitch, didn't even put a video in. What the fuck? Well, she even edited it as well." I'm just like, that cow.
I was doing my part. Like, I was trying so hard not to like abuse my power as the editor of the video, right? Like, which I could have done, and I didn't.
I would have deleted them all and just left me and you in.
Until it came to recording my video, and I already had the idea for what I wanted to do. And it was about, I think it was like 3 minutes and 48 seconds.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Health you could change, yeah.
The director's cut was 5 minutes and 32 seconds.
Damn.
And then it got heavily edited.
Yeah, from what I gather, my uncle was doing a lot of cattle prodding, as it were, to get people to, on my side of the family, to at least to submit their videos. And
that was some cracking videos.
I know one of my aunts and uncles, they didn't actually submit theirs in time for the video, but I think I sent it to you, Ames, and I shared it in the Discord. Yeah, and that one was super special.
Great.
So that's probably one of the best ones.
It is. And I don't mean to be big-headed when I say this. Is that a parody of this podcast?
I don't think they've seen the podcast, to be honest.
Okay,
but
because they did the whole podcast thing, and I was like, are they doing this because Vitz is in our podcast?
No, I mean they
they're just doing it because it's like they had an idea, right?
Yeah, they had an idea, and they know that I podcast and do streams and stuff like that. But yeah, my uncle is an actor, and he helps fellow actors record audition reels. So he has the whole kit and caboodle and the setup to make it all professional, like it was, kind of thing. So yeah.
But yeah, no, that was.
But no, I was blown away by that one.
You'll when you see it, Moody, it's a trip. Like there are a lot of very creative people doing some very creative stuff in this video.
I haven't seen it yet. I know it's there, so
yeah. But extra shout out to Flora Jessie, who had one of the highlights in there with the return of Jesse and Erica, the sitcom that we had.
So, that was what. Yeah, I was like, is that the one that was a sitcom?
Yeah, no, 100%.
So, I like Moody's message. Like, I love Moody's message. It was so on point. It was just like, "Ha, you're old."
Yeah. And you're older than me. That was the gist of the message.
And yeah, you look better than me at the age I am now, so fuck off.
It's just
I'm younger and yet I look the oldest. And I'm like, how the hell?
It's true. Because when I was watching it, I was
like,
I'm
grey hair and everywhere, man.
when I was watching it, I was like, I'm not that much younger than Vitz.
No, 40 snuck up on me too, so don't worry about it. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a fun one. I like that one.
I've still got a whole 18 months, pretty much 24, 18 months to go for me. I'm not even 39 yet.
I have just under 6. I'm just under 6 months until I'm 40. And last night I watched a man play Super Mario Brothers for the Wii U while playing the music on the piano, and it's one of those moments where like so many things happen all at once where I just go, and what am I doing with my life?
To clarify, he was playing the video game with his feet. Is that right? Am I right in saying?
He had buttons at his feet. Yeah. He had a Wii remote stuck to the back of his head. That's why he was doing that. But he wasn't just playing the piano, like whatever. He was playing the music that was playing in the game while he was doing his own musical cues. And that's like, what talents do I have?
It makes you question everything, right?
Yeah. Like, I don't think.
And that's why I don't watch them. That's why I don't watch them, because I'm just like, I don't need to be showing up to showing how much of a waste of space I am. So I don't need to see this to show. I could have been wasting my time doing all this instead. No, I waste my time in my own way. I'm good. I don't need to be showing how bad I am in life. So it's like, no thanks.
It's like, so he did that for charity, and I did a PowerPoint presentation.
To be fair though, it was an amazing PowerPoint presentation, and one that you got to ever so slightly repurpose as well. So
don't know what you're talking about.
Multi-use.
Fully original PowerPoint presentation.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a very entertaining watch. But yeah, no. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
Happy holidays. Yeah, whatever you're happy to celebrating. Yeah.
To everybody out there in YouTube land, it's been a few weeks. Yes,
the world has gotten worse.
I did move. I did move everything around. Yesterday.
Okay.
The ADHD hammer. The ADHD hammer struck really hard yesterday, like real fucking hard. Whereas like a few days ago, I was like, I miss my webcam being like where it was
above, when
it was around. And then I thought nothing of it because there's nothing I can do about it. And then yesterday morning, I was like, okay, I'm gonna swap the things off of this shelf onto this shelf and like vice versa. And then I put all the stuff up and I looked at it and I went, that looks rather unsafe. And like, you just jab at some shelves and it's like,
yeah,
they start wobbling and I'm like, And And I sat down and I was watching TV, and but the shelves were like here, and like the anxiety was just like at any minute these shelves, which have
now
never.
that you know there's a potential danger. It is actually going to happen.
Which have been fine for months, but now it's in my head, right? And then like those two thoughts collided of the webcam and the safety, and I went to get the tape measure, and then you were texting me last night about the Mario Brothers, man. At what time was that? Like in the 10 o'clock?
Yes, it was late in the evening because I saw Rebecca Valentine post about it. Yeah,
everything was everywhere in here, and I was like, like, and I was watching it, sure, but I was also like working into and I was like, why do I do this, man? Like, ADHD is such a pain in the ass. But anyway,
the fun thing is, right, my brain's like having like, so you can't really see it because I hide it with my camera very well. My room's kind of a mess right now, and but also my brain's like, the first thing is, Vitz, you should never have shown us that picture of your new setup or anything, because my brain's literally like, now what can I do here?
It's an itch, right? It's like, that looks real good. Let me just
For mine looks like shit.
Let me get the hammer and the saw out. Like,
so I imagine it's slightly different though. It's like, fuck his happiness. I'm gonna make an even better setup.
Oh no, there's no doubt about it. Mine is literally all about my brain is like, I'm super fucking jealous and I just need to figure out to get this better. And I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but yeah, my ADHD brain was literally all over the fucking place, and I'm just like, but my worst thing is like, I'm close to the fuse of where my brain's just gonna go, boom, boom, bye, see you later. This is gonna be all different. Maybe this time next week, who knows?
Yep.
But at the same time, my brain's just like, oh, don't start it. Just don't start it.
You won't be able to help it.
Because if you, that's the worst thing is about it. It's really, really annoying. It's
once it burrs in.
Yeah.
And it's not going to help when I send pictures of this to you tonight. Be like, hey, look at my setup now.
Yeah. Piss off. Oh yeah. No, don't try and push me over the edge. Seriously.
If I had to suffer, everybody
doesn't
has
mean
to
anybody
suffer.
else in the world has to suffer. Okay, like seriously, no.
No, when it comes to upgrading video setups, it's kind of like mastermind rules. It's you started, so you'll finish. But with ADHD, there's never a finish line.
Because I know I'm super happy with it as it is now, but I know for a fact in like 6 months I'll spot something. Something will catch my eye, and I'll be like, oh well, time to rip it all apart again.
Time to change it.
Yeah.
Just the worst thing is I'm just like, do I move my table? Or do I move the rest? Or do I just move it all and then just see where it lands? Yeah. And I'm just like, no.
Just flip everything over and see what happens.
Each scenario gets longer and longer and longer, and it just makes me go, oh, my partner's gonna kill me.
I don't think has your desk's never been in the opposite corner, like diagonally opposite corner, like where the TV currently is. Has it ever been in that corner?
Yeah, it's been in front of the window, yes.
No, but like on the other side. So facing, like the window would be behind.
Not that far corner. It's been behind me where I'm at now, like the opposite. The TV's been there for quite a while and everything like that. Like it was here when you came down the first time, I believe, and the PC was there where everything else is.
It was next to it.
And then these two shelves were basically this wall and everything. I don't know.
I'm just trying to give you some ideas.
Yeah. I'm sure that's what you're trying to do, Amy.
I'm just trying to help.
Just incept some ideas. That's what
we both know you're going to do it anyway. So
it's happening. It's just whenever the switch gets turned on, and it's just like
trigger, the idea. It's like, if I do this.
Yeah, there's no doubt. The worst thing is I'm worried about is that it happens when it's like it's time to go to bed. I'm just like, oh no. Oh no, because that has happened one time.
That happened to me last night. I had to wedge myself into bed. When I tell you that none of the shelves were there and all of the stuff that's currently on them was like piles. And it was like waking up in the night to go to the toilet. It was like Mission Impossible. Like, okay, careful. With
the soundtrack in the back. Dun, 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 dun.
The thing I like about having regular schedule for podcasting and whatnot is at least it gives us deadlines to work to. Because if there wasn't a deadline, then we'd like Amy's shells wouldn't be complete and fully fitted and all the rest of it, and like none of this will be finished because there's always something to tinker with. But it's like we got to get our shit together because
like
exactly.
I could have finished it hours quicker if I didn't keep stopping. Like, yeah, like that happened. But it's like it's mostly a tidying thing for me. It's like I have a routine now where it's like because we podcast on a Thursday, like that means that like. And like, I'm not saying I only tidy on a Thursday, but like, I always tidy on a Thursday. So like, because it's like I know like the podcast.
You've just contradicted your whole point there, just so you know.
But it's good to have that deadline. It's like I know by 7 p.m. on a Thursday, which is when our recording time, like I have to make sure everything is good. Like
100%.
I'm gonna be on camera for 2 hours. This annoys me a little bit though. Like you can just sort of see the big.
Yeah, you can see the big ass
TV. Yeah,
you can see the bugger. Yeah,
yeah, not much, just enough. I might have to get some stickers.
So, or you could zoom in your camera a little bit.
I don't want to do that. I like the camera where it is. Like again,
no, leave the camera where it is. It's just I like do the digital zoom.
No, I like the frame.
Like the framing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, that was the tiny little fucking nugget of an idea that sent me down this whole rabbit hole.
So with this prompter thing that I've got now, I spend a good half an hour like trying to get the monitors high enough so it's like eye level, but then not too high that it's in the frame of the camera as well. So yeah, I feel your pain when it comes to that.
Yeah, like the edge of the desk is right here. Like I spent longer than is reasonable, like just cutting it off, like right at the edge, because I'm weird like that. But yeah, so that happened.
We're all wonderfully weird in our own unique ways.
That's true. But yeah, first podcast back. We'll be taking a little bit longer to catch up and stuff. If you're here for the main topic of the podcast, just it's going to be a little bit further in than normal because I'm going to ask the question now. 17 minutes into the podcast. How's everybody doing? How's the last few weeks been?
It's been good. Thankfully, over the holiday break, was able to spend it with family, which is always nice. And we got to catch up on a few movies. So we finally got around to seeing Wicked, which was interesting. There's a lot of things. So I didn't realize it was like it was at least like a two-parter, and this was part one kind of thing. And then
sounds like Amy with Spider-Verse last year, or 2023. Should I say?
So mad.
She's like, I didn't know this was a first part. It's like it's been out there for years. Like seriously,
I don't, read about things, okay?
And the worst thing is, I know I said it beforehand.
I probably did, but I was too distracted by you falling asleep before the movie started.
My apologies for putting in that.
No, you're absolutely fine. And it was a movie. But this is a movie where movie things happened, and like if you haven't caught like the kind of the press schedule for this and the press tour in terms of how insane it's been, and with our principal actors of Ariana Grande and Cynthia like bursting into tears at every given opportunity, and musical fans can be a lot of the most of times. But this is kind of next level, and we're watching it, and I'm a fan of musicals and all that jazz. I'm completely unfamiliar with Wicked, but yeah, it's kind of only one of the songs really hit for me, and there's some actors which you recognize and you've seen them in other things as well. So a lot of the talent from The Greatest Showman pop up here, but they don't sing. It's like, okay, I know you're going to sing at some point. Are you going to sing? And then they don't, and it's kind of like, oh, okay then. But Ariana's doing Ariana things, and it was a fun time, if not a long time. This movie is fucking long.
A lot of people think she's going to get nominated for an Oscar, and Aria.
Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it warrants it, but hey, I'm not on the judging panel.
Vitz won't be
a lot of
hashtags.
A lot of people too. I like listen to kind of still in the movie verse, even though I don't do the podcast anymore. all say for award season and everything like that, it's gonna be really bad when it comes to movies and everything and whatnot. So it's just like a lot of people consider 2024 a really bad year for movies.
I haven't seen a lot of things pop off like I have in previous years.
The only thing that really popped off, I would say, last year when it came to movies was Deadpool and Wolverine, really.
Yeah, so I caught Gladiator 2 as well over the holiday break, and that was Gladiator 1 again, but worse. But there was decent bits in it, and but yeah, it's like it's 20 years or 24 years since the original came out, kind of thing, and it's kind of okay, you just retreading the same ground, but it doesn't necessarily have the emotional impact, at least for me, kind of thing. So,
so you were not entertained, David?
Sorry.
Yeah,
I had to. Come on, guys, I had to.
We're back, baby.
You were literally throwing your sword at them, saying, "I'm not fucking entertained, you bastards."
Oh, you're not entertained, and Vitz is just standing up, being like, "No, you're fucking
no,
twat."
I'm fucking not.
But yeah, aside from that, we caught season 2 of Squid Games as well, or Squid Game rather, which was, yeah, it's a tale of two capitalisms in terms of, okay, I'm glad that there's a second season, but then the reasons why we get a second season and the horrors that the creative team had to go through to get the first one out, never mind do this, and why we're getting this because Netflix screwed them over and such is really icky. But yeah, the actual season of television itself is really, really good.
It's a mixture of, like, I think both when it comes to Squid Games, because I'm just like, I've never touched it, so I don't have any comment on it whatsoever. I've never been interested whatsoever, and I still won't touch it. But what I think I think what you're saying is like about what Netflix and everything did to them is like completely spot on. But I'm also just like, but they're a victim of their own success at the same time, where they were never down for a season 2, and then it became the biggest thing ever. And of course, Netflix is going to say, well, we need a season fucking 2, so let's get a season 2, and we will torch you even more. And I'm just like, oh, you bastards.
Yeah,
You're a victim of your own success, and it's just like, no, get away.
If something is successful, you can guarantee they will pile drive it into the ground until everybody is sick of it, including the people that made it.
Yeah, those are kind of the big, like, kind of entertainment things that at least spring to mind when it comes to over the holiday break. So, yeah.
That's good. When you have like a break like this, because we had 3 weeks off, it's like only the important stuff will stick in your mind.
Oh, I do have one funny story. So we was at around one of my aunt's place, and they had put the Wonka movie on, the Timothée Chalamet movie from a couple of years ago at this point. And one of my aunts doesn't like musicals, so we had to skip over the musical numbers. So everybody else in the family was like, okay, well, what's going on in the story? And then I had to kind of break it down to them. I was like, okay, right, he was singing about this, and this, and then he made some chocolate, and he floats, and it's really amazing.
That's a fascinating way to watch that film.
Yeah. I've heard the Timothée Chalamet one's really good, apparently.
I absolutely love that film. Yeah, it's amazing.
I've never had an affinity to the Chocolate Factory franchise whatsoever. Like, the first one never really kicked me. The Tim Burton Depp one is like, that's something. That's a thing.
Maybe I'm thinking of the Tim Burton one. Because I was like, I don't really care for the Timothée Chalamet one, and now I'm thinking about it. I was like, no, wait, wasn't Johnny Depp in it? And I was like, oh, that must be the Tim Burton one.
No, not that one. No. Yeah, the first one's called Willy Wonka in it, and then the Tim Burton one, for some reason, he changed it to Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, I believe.
It's the other way around.
Is it? Yeah. Oh, it's the other way around. My apologies. Yeah, because Willy Wonka is the main character in his film, Tim Burton, of course.
Yeah.
Moody.
The line from the film.
Fool.
See?
But yeah.
Gene Wilder wasn't it, in the original?
He was in the original, yeah.
I believe so, yes.
Great, very funny, man.
Oh, yeah. He's always fucking with people as well.
Oh, yeah. You got to. Like, it's...
Absolutely, yeah. Subvert expectations every turn.
Yeah, definitely. I watched a couple of films. I watched more than a couple of films over Christmas. But I only really want to talk about the 2 that I actually liked.
There you go.
Mostly because I definitely watched another 2 films. I can't remember what they were. I watched Long Legs. Of course, they
didn't stick with you.
I watched Long Legs, and I was like, no. Like, I'm going to say something that's going to get me, like, excommunicated from the horror film community, but Hereditary is a bad film that I don't like. specifically because of the
Fair
ending.
enough.
And like me and Phil talked about it because we watched it at the same time, and like the ending twist, and I burst out laughing at the ending twist of Hereditary.
I don't think that's meant to happen.
No, it's
Is
not.
it more or less infuriating than a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth ending?
No, it's just funny because it's so like to me it's it's complete nonsense, and it's very funny. And then Longlegs was exactly the same, where I was like, it's like split into 3 chapters. And the first chapter, I was like, oh yeah, this is good. This is going somewhere. Like Nicolas Cage is fucking incredible, and like he's really hit or miss. He's either the best thing in the film or the worst thing in the film.
Was he both?
No, he was fucking great. And like the lead cast member from It Follows, I can't remember her name. She was great. And then chapter 2, I was like, okay, where are we going with this? Like the tension's easing off. And then chapter 3, where it was like, well, now we're going to explain everything. And I was like, this is so stupid. Why did you do this? No. But the ones I really liked, I finally watched Banshees of Inisherin.
Okay.
Which is a very good film. It's fucking bleak. Like when they call it a tragic comedy, yeah, it's very funny, but also like, damn.
Yeah, they weren't messing around.
Like it's the opposite of that Netflix thing that went viral over Christmas, you know, where they were like, we want to make things that you can put on while you're doing the dishes or whatever. It's like, it's a film, if you pay attention to it, like you have to pick up on like the themes and stuff of the film. Like it's very good. Colin Farrell's fantastic in that film. And Barry, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Barry Keogh?
The Irish fella, right?
Yeah. Well, it's set on Ireland. They're all Irish.
Yeah. No, sorry, the actor.
Like, he's fucking.
All were nominated for an Oscar.
It's a fucking tremendous film. But then I saw my favorite film of what I watched over at Christmas. When I say it's a film called Hundreds of Beavers.
Okay.
And the plot is a man is in the wilderness and he fights hundreds of beavers. And that's the plot of the film. It's 75 minutes, slapstick, it's like a throwback to like Abbott and Costello.
Okay.
Or Laurel and Hardy type like style stuff. It's like there's no dialogue in the film. It's extremely low budget. I picked up on it because Letterboxd sent me a notification, even though I don't use Letterboxd anymore. And it was like, Chris Stuckman put out his top films. And I was like, oh, let me have a look. Because like, I like a lot of the same films as him for the most part. And it was like, I'd heard of all of the films in his top 10, apart from this one called Hundreds of Beavers. And I read the Wikipedia, which was Hundreds of Beavers is an American slapstick comedy. The film stars the guy as an applejack maker in a conflict with beavers trying to win the hand of a merchant's daughter. And then it was like, and it's a silent film. And I was like, I'm in. And I rented it immediately on Google. And I watched that fucker. And then I watched it again. Because I had 48 hours.
There you go. Got to maximize
fucking
that time,
incredible. Right? Hundreds of Beavers. I haven't laughed so much at a film in years. It's like how funny that film is.
Nice.
That's my one recommendation from today. Like, go watch Hundreds of Beavers. It's amazing.
There you go.
I think Chris Stuckman's movie comes out this year.
I think it does as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's already had like a indie like type of release.
Yeah, it was at a film festival. It's
people have seen it.
They did a YouTube
Patreon thing, yeah.
No, there was like a YouTube series that was like a found footage type thing, and no one knew what it was about, and and it's like
that just made me go, nope, I'm not watching it.
I did watch that because I'm kind of interested in that kind of stuff. Like, it takes a lot to like make me go, yeah, that was good, but it was okay. But I'm interested to see the film. Keith David's apparently in it.
Oh wow. Well, we did like their work.
I can't remember what it's called.
I'm trying to find out now.
All I've got in my theme is the theme tune from the YouTube series. It's not called that. What the hell was his film called?
Shelby Oaks.
Shelby Oaks, that was it, yeah.
His movie's called Shelby Oaks. It has found a distributor. I believe the distributor is.
Isn't it Blumhouse?
Oh, it's no. I think it's I've got the video up. Neon. They're like, for indie films, the small budget films, they're like really big for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like it's like the one he was aiming for and everything, and he didn't expect to get it, but he got it. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
What did you check out over the break?
Yeah.
I've got a few things and everything. Some of these are things that I've already seen before and everything, but so I just like have started rewatching them and everything, and other things that I haven't seen. First one, I'm getting it right out of the way. Moana 2 sucks. I was so annoyed by this. It sucks.
Did you have high hopes going into it though?
Yes, because Moana 1, I think, is absolutely one of the best animated features in a long time. It's fantastic. But then closer, when it first got announced that we were getting a sequel to it, which made sense to me. It made no sense to me that they were making a TV show of it or whatsoever. That was just like, why are you doing this? This is one of your biggest films of the year.
Content,
its soundtrack is pardon?
Content. That's why.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I understand why, but when it comes to like, they didn't need it for Disney Plus. They don't need content for Disney Plus when it comes to these type of things. They don't need it. But yeah, Moana 2 is absolutely garbage. It's soulless. It's not funny. The songs are abysmal. And it makes no sense. Some of the stuff that Moana does makes no sense. I'm just like, you never did that before. Wait, that makes no sense. You never acted like that before. And I was just like, no, why? Whatever they did, just no crap. I know it's made a ton of money, and they're probably doing a sequel to it and everything. It was abysmal. Like, it was abysmal. I was actively rooting for the good guys to die, to drown. I was thinking, just change your mind. She ain't worthy, and just drowned a lot of them. Okay, just take them out, drown a lot of them, and everything.
If I remember correctly, she can't swim, right? Or she's not very good at swimming.
No, this isn't One Piece with devil fruits. No, yeah, right, she can swim. It's just it was. I was very, very disappointed in this. So much so that I went straight back and just watched Moana. I was thinking, oh, thank God.
Yeah, that's it.
There she is.
Good news, Moody. They're still making the live action remake of the first Moana, so I'm sure that.
I know, yeah, The Rock. Yeah. I don't care that they're doing the live action one. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. For me, it's like it ain't gonna hurt the original animated feature. That's how I always stand by it. It's not gonna touch it. If it comes out and I have a fun time with it, if I go and see it, it's simply because right now, I think there's only one film this year I'm going to go in to see in the cinema. It's not coming out until December, so I'm all good for that. Avatar. Unless James Cameron delays it, I
didn't even know Avatar was coming out this year. That was just the guess. I was like, it's got to be Avatar.
Fire and ash. Hell yeah. That's the only thing the only movie I have an interest to go and see in the cinema. Everything else I can just wait. I have no problem with waiting whatsoever. Unless I'm hearing that this is a film that you need to go and see in the cinema. Even then, I'm just sort of like, yeah, I can probably wait. But no, yeah, Moana 2, it sucked so badly.
It's funny you made a One Piece reference there, because I was, if you imagine me like holding like my TV remote, my thumb was this close to starting One Piece at one point over Christmas.
There's a whole lot of One Piece, as I understand.
There's 1,000 episodes.
I would wait. There's 1,000 episodes. There's over 1,000 episodes. For me, Amy, I would wait. I know this is something you may not want to do or anything like that. This is your choice on this part, but I would wait because Netflix are redoing it all and making it basically seasons of the arcs, cutting down all the fluff and just making it one. Basically. It's sometime, I think, this year. And everything like that. So for me, I would just wait, and it would make your life easier. If you're very interested in it, I would try the live action, because the live action one was surprisingly fucking very good. Like, I've been kind of interested to go back to watching that again, because like I've been seeing clips online and thinking, oh god, that actually really worked and just somehow was really fun. So yeah, I would do that personally. I would just do that and wait for it. This is a thing for Amy. Or should I say, for Jed, for Medforce himself. Sonic 3 is fucking awesome.
Oh.
Wow.
Sonic 3 is really good. It's a lot of fun and everything. The bar was very low after number 2, so it ain't hard to jump the bar for it. But yeah, no, Sonic 3 I had a lot of fun with. Shadow's great. Keanu, great voice for the character and everything. It was just a lot of fun. There's some over the top cheesy parts that I was just like, and I get why people love Jim Carrey as Eggman, but he is literally way over the top. That's a little bit borderline annoying.
I mean, he has 2 roles in this, right?
Yeah. No, he only got paid for one. He only got paid once. Yeah. He's come out and said that. He said, no, he only got paid. He got paid the same he got paid for the last film, but he played 2 roles this movie and everything like that. I'm just like, well, that's on you, mate. You obviously accepted it, you fools, or whatever. But either way, yeah. No, when it comes like him meeting up with his other alter ego, it's really well done, and it's the back and forth is like surprisingly works really well. But there's also some parts where it's just like, oh no, where it is like, yeah, okay, yes, I get it. You aimed for kids, I get you. But this one does what the first one did for me, and that was, it had heart. It had a lot of heart, and it made you just go, damn it, you got me. And the end fight is awesome. I won't lie. The end fight is like really canny. So yeah. The Sonic 3, I had a lot of fun with. I was very surprised. One film I thought was just fine by the end of it, but this is a film that I know you loved, Vitz, that you were surprised you haven't mentioned, and that's Lord of the Rings: The War of Rohirrim.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I absolutely love that. So with so many other stuff going on over the holiday break, feel free to expound on your thoughts first, and then I'll jump in.
I just think it's fine. That's it. I think the visuals I think are really well done, and there's some parts I'm just like, oh. Like the one with the old horse. I'm just going to say that right now. Yeah. I was just like, oh. And then the father, I think, was just badass in the Frozen part. I thought that was really
Brian Cox right there.
Yeah, Brian Cox. Yeah, really good voice for that part. But there's also just some parts where I was just like, what? What's going on here? And it confused. Some of the parts confused me, and I was just like, okay, but yeah, overall, I thought it was a fine movie. It was decent.
Yeah, so I think this dropped. It was maybe a couple
November.
of weeks ago. Yeah. Yep. And then I only got around to seeing it over the holiday break. And for those who aren't aware, so this is a story which is kind of in the Tolkien lore. So she's an unnamed character, and there's like a single line, and then there's a line in the actual animated movie itself to say, which is narrated by Miranda Otto, who played Eowyn in the Peter Jackson films, and so she delivers the line saying, "Don't bother looking for accounts and tales of this hero, because there are none, because in
this is the multiverse, baby."
Exactly. But yeah, in Hera, I have a new favorite character that in that whole Tolkien Lord of the Rings verse, and she is all different kinds of badass. And in terms of the presentation and whatnot, and kind of the animation style that was used and whatnot, I'm more than down to see more stories in this ilk. But yeah, she is so badass, and there are more than a few bits which are taken from the Peter Jackson films in terms of not just the set pieces, because they're going to use the same locations, but in terms of the events that happen in there. So you'll see like the big ramp coming down into what we now know as Helm's Deep kind of thing, and it's like, well, I know that's going to get used later on, and then they circle back to it kind of thing. And yeah, and then there's a fair few bits and pieces of that, but I really enjoyed it.
No, that's really kind of, yeah. To what I know, again, going off the people I watched and everything, like, they only did this movie because they wanted to retain the rights. And that's it.
I usually ends really badly for everybody involved.
Yeah. It was just so they could keep the rights and everything. Because Amazon's looming.
Yeah. Like, hey guys. What
are you doing with that franchise? Yeah. We could use it because people are hating Yeah, people are hating our TV franchise, so how about you let us just have the movie franchise?
We've made a mixed TV show. We could definitely make some mixed films as well. Yeah, no, like I forgot one that I was going to say. Like when you said, "Oh, this one was for you," Emmy, it's like I got one for you, Moody. I started reading this a couple of days ago.
Nice.
Steph's story. I haven't got very far, but it's very enjoyable so far.
Isn't it just the DLC?
I don't know because I never played the DLC.
Yeah, I think it's just the DLC.
But it's in first person. It's like you're literally in. It's like literally from Steph's perspective.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'll be cool.
Nice.
I'll have to have a look at that.
Bring it down the next time I'm down. You can borrow it.
Cool. One film I recently just watched this yesterday because I was just like, I need fun. So I went to RRR.
Yeah, you did.
That was
Rise or Revolt.
I was like, what kind of inappropriate answer is it? I need fun. It's time for Alien 3.
Exactly.
I said fun, not abuse.
Yeah, but it's you, my friend.
I don't know how to take that. It's you, Moody. You like abuse, right?
Uh-huh.
Really? All right. But no,
we
yeah.
all have a tendency to go bit you all now and then. So when you say fun, you don't go any different way.
No, but yeah, RRR, it's a badass movie. There's no doubt about it.
All time. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I absolutely adored this movie. It's so much fun, and yeah, I can't not have enough of this movie. Like, but the two main characters are so awesome, and when you see them for the first time, they both have badass, awesome, and I'm just gonna say this, sexy ass scenes where you just like, am I straight or am I gay or bisexual or whatever here? Thankfully, I'm okay. I'm pan, but I'm like I bet a lot of people who watch this for the first time were like questioning themselves because, damn,
Harry went down that road once. I wasn't going down it again.
There are a ton of people in this motion picture, that's for sure.
Ram runs over, beats up a ton of people just to get one person. And then after that, he washes his head, puts himself back, stands straight, looks all sexy, and then he goes to punch a bag out, and you're just like, good God. And then when Bean comes into it, he's just standing there looking all majestic, pouring blood down himself. And I'm just like, I'm like that.
You say you had fun with this movie.
Yes, I had fun.
Exactly. Fun comes in many forms, Ames.
Yes.
Did you pass out? Is that what? Like,
I might have.
I watched the first 30 minutes and I don't know what happened after that. I woke up 5 hours later and Adora was licking my head. Play with me, Father. You haven't moved. Are you dead?
Adora just comes up to Moody. Lord.
No, but yeah, that's a movie and a half. That movie. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Rise or Revolt. It is amazing. Yeah, it'll give you. It will fill you with the power to overthrow colonialism.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No doubt about that.
We need our dear friends in America.
Sounds like a woke movie to me.
Yeah, that's it.
Too woke, man, too woke. Next thing is Dragon Prince. I'm a huge fan of this. It's on Netflix. It's an animated TV show. Apparently, this is the final season. If it is, that's fine by me. I have no problem. If they want to carry it on, it's up to you, Netflix, I guess, whatever. Or whoever ever wants to carry it on and everything. But no, yeah, I'm a huge fan of this show. I think it's gone slowly gone downhill since the third season, where I just don't think they've hit the high of like the first 3 seasons. But I really like the characters in the show, and it's just a really good, a fun show. It's like on the level of like She-Ra for me, not to the highs of She-Ra and everything, but it's a really good show. And if you haven't checked it out, go and check it out. Next one for me is a new anime show, which I am using as an excuse, which I'm glad I'm enjoying. I'll say that right now, to watch it in subbed. So I'm trying to help my learning Japanese part. So I've heard words and I was thinking, I know that word type of thing. I'm just like, yes, I understood one part of that sentence. That is fantastic. We'll get in there. But no, yeah, Blue Box. It's a sports anime where it's with like 2 main characters on there, where it's a romance anime, where the female protagonist is a basketball player and the male protagonist is a badminton player. But it's not about like it's about obviously like the maybe falling in love, but it's like a love triangle because there's another character person who's a gymnast, and like they're all like the gymnast is like fucking gymnast, man. God damn you and your gorgeous pink hair in that show. But either way, if you can rock pink hair, that's the thing about anime. They can rock different colored hairs perfectly. When you see it on real life, I'm just like, no, you just can't. This can't work. But no, yeah, what I love about sports anime is it can just really hit you well in the part of just like give you motivation and the triumphs that they want to go for, the triumphs and obviously the disappointments that they go for and everything. And it's a really well done show, and I'm really enjoying it right now. Another one anime is one I've
just out of curiosity, how many more of these have you got?
I've got 3, 4 more. Right. I'm going through them fast. That's why I'm picking it up to speed. So don't worry.
I was just checking.
Okay. This one's a fast one. It's just this is the thing that kind of got me back into anime. This is Naruto. I love Naruto. It's the first 2 seasons on Netflix right now, so I've literally just binge watched them, and I was just like, God damn it, I love this show. I always have, even though it is full of fucking filler further down the line, which slows it down.
This is why I have fucking post-traumatic stress disorder over Naruto. I've seen one episode, the first episode. I didn't like it. So I didn't watch anymore. And where the PTSD comes from is like every time I would hang out with Keith and Russ, they'd be complaining about no, it's filler again, and like, stop watching it then. Like,
yeah,
we're just and like the first time they said it, I was like, what's filler? And they were like, oh, it's because they haven't caught up with the manga. And so they make their own storylines that are non-canonical, and I absorbed that information. And my first response was, well, why don't they just take a break? No, you can't take a break. There has to be a new episode every week, 52 weeks of the year. And I was like, all right, cool. And then like they kept complaining about it. And then like I broke after a couple of months, and I said, why don't you just stop fucking watching it until they catch up with the fucking manga again? No, but then we might miss something.
That's the conundrum right there.
No, it's not a conundrum. The filler's not important at all.
Yeah,
like it's nothing important. That's what I did. I actually did stop and just waited until they got to the like part of the manga.
You did better than those two.
Yeah,
and everything like that. You might miss a scene where he runs and he does the arms behind the back thing.
It's in the opening all the time. I'm good. I don't miss it. But no, well, the thing is about like Naruto. Like the first show before it goes to like this time skip and goes to Naruto Shippuden, I think there's like one small filler arc, which is like beginning of season 4, I think it is, which is nothing. And then it's for most of like the first 5.5 seasons is all part of the manga. So I was okay with it, everything like that. And then they went on for like another 4 more seasons after the final big arc where Naruto fought Sasuke. Spoilers, sorry, don't care. It's been out for years, get over it. Then they went on for like 4 seasons of filler. Just to help the writer to get ahead. And Amy, now I agree with what you're saying. Why didn't they just stop? They are now doing that now for shows. These days, they just basically are now just doing. They're just doing like this is the arc. We'll do the arc because right now I think it was October. One Piece stopped. One Piece has done nothing but go for years and years on end, and it's had so much filler where everyone's just like what you said, Amy. It's like 1,000 episodes. Yeah, half of them's filler. And everything, if not more. No, I wouldn't say more, but yeah, about half of it I would say is filler. But because they're catching up to the manga and everything like that, and now then you have to slow down and everything. This now they've stopped, and I think it's just perfect. It's just like you've stopped, great. Give yourselves a break. Give the team a break because they're like crazy over there in Japan when it comes to getting their stuff out, and they're coming back in April. Right now, Dragon Ball's been carrying the torch, which is basically, and they're going to be finishing in April, so it's like a good thing. It's like now I'm hoping this time, not this time next year. Oh yeah, this time next year we'll be hearing that One Piece is on another break again, which I think is going to be the perfect thing, and I think that's something they might start doing, and whatnot. But either way, yeah, Naruto, I'm loving it. I'll just wait until season 3 and etc. to go on. Next is Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Great show, so much fun. Great characters. Big fan of Jude Law. I'm not the biggest fan of him. in other things and everything like that, but I think he's been really good in this show. They've worked him really well. If you like Goonies and type of thing, you'll enjoy this show. Go and check it out.
Do they have a sloth character that goes, "Hey, you guys"?
Spoilers.
Yeah, we don't know the context of what he says.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about right now.
Oh, in the original Goonies.
Oh, no. To my knowledge, no. There's this thing. Like I said, if you like Goonies, you may enjoy this show. I'm not really a big fan of Goonies, but I am enjoying the show. I think that's a good. But it's a bit of nostalgia to the 80s in general.
That the math is a math thing on that one.
Yeah, that's fair. In my head, it doesn't either. But I'm enjoying the show, and that's all that matters.
Right.
Like I've said when I was talking about Blue Box, I'm still learning Japanese and everything like that. I'm 45 days in a row right now doing the lessons on Duolingo. Going really canny. I'm enjoying it and everything like that. And my hope is just like my hope is my ADHD brain will not just go, "Oh, we're done." That's my biggest worry right now, is that my brain will literally just go, "Now we're done. Go off, do something else." Even though there's not much of that right now.
I'm just looking at the box of the model that I definitely said I was going to finish a year ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the last thing is I've been reading a book called Abroad in Japan. He's a new YouTuber that I found on YouTube who does vlogs and everything all on Japan. Basically, I saw he did a book and I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy it. Didn't cost much, and I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. It's basically his experience of just how he got to Japan and how he's like gone through his life and what he's done. He's been there over 10 years now. He started on the teaching program where he went to go and teach English over there.
Do that, yeah.
And he's been there ever since. He's been there since I think we're 2025 now, so he's been there I think 14 years. So that's 2011 basically, I think, around then or just after. And yeah. I'm really enjoying it. It's because of how much I'm kind of obsessed with Japan right now. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it's really kind of.
Yeah.
And that's it. We're done, Amy. You can continue whatever you want to do now.
The podcast? No. I said at the beginning we were going to have a big catch up.
Yeah.
I got my friend's stream on mute. She's been playing Elden Ring. She's been on
a saxophone
backwards.
No, not with a saxophone.
No. Behind it, with her hands behind her back.
No. She's the first time playing it. Like,
hopping on one leg.
She's been on Millennia for 4 streams.
Damn.
So I was just checking in. I was like, because she streams when we podcast, so I don't get to see her Thursday streams. And I'm like, yep, still fighting Millennia.
Well, the Blade of Mikula has never known defeat. What can you do against that?
I think you'll find, Vitz, that I also have never beaten Millennia because I gave up after an hour.
See, that waterfall dance doesn't fuck around.
But I really want it though. If you beat Millennia, you get the weapon art. And I'm like, I really want to use that in a new game plus. But to use it, I have to beat her. And I'm like, I did it for an hour. But it was right before I was like selling my Xbox and I wanted to finish the game and I was just like, you know what? Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
You get like second phase?
Oh yeah. Like I could do first phase was easy enough. Second phase is the challenge.
Yes.
But yeah, she's on second phase now actually. I might keep it open, and if she somehow beats it during the podcast, I'll be like, "She did it! She did it!" And I'll send her a clip. We're like, "We were watching," or I was watching. But yeah, no, man, let's do a halftime break.
Sure.
And then we'll come back. We'll talk about the thing, the title of. I don't know why the title's not up there. It's down there. It's the thing that the title of the podcast is about. Now it just looks like I'm pointing at Vitz. This podcast is actually about Vitz.
Yeah.
It's birthday video part 2, baby.
Exactly.
But yeah, let's do a halftime break. Yeah. We've got a new mid-read ad. I always call them ad reads because I'm just used to the YouTube language. They're not ad reads. I don't get paid.
We've got a new shiny thing to talk about this time. And yeah. Fair enough. It's more words from me.
It is. It's true.
What's good, everyone? My name is Vitz, and I've been working on something special.
It's time for
Pixel Pop Stars, the all-new game show on Twitch. Life is next moments beyond, with your specialist subject. Watch new episodes live on twitch.tv/Vitz Patel.
And we're back.
Hey.
How's it
Yeah.
going?
No, that's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
And friends, you just heard an ad read for Pixel Pop Stars, a new game show that starts on January the 18th of this fine year. And yeah, so be sure to join us live on twitch.tv/Vitz Patel, or you can't join us live, then all of our episodes will be going on YouTube as high quality VODs on youtube.com/Vitz Patel.
Oh, yeah.
And Amy's going to be a contestant, so it's going to be all different kinds of fun.
Episode 2?
2, yeah. So I put out the roster today as a time of recording. Yeah, so it'll be a fun old time. We got some brand new faces as well, which will be new friends to me and to you as well, dear listener. So
Everybody's going to be new to me. I think I saw a lot of them, like, editing the video, but
yes,
I haven't met any of these people. Like, it's not going to stop me talking mad shit on them, but...
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, where better else to talk shit than the Thunderdome trivia that is Pixel Pop Stars?
Hello, nice to meet you. Prepare to die.
Exactly. Hello, and also fuck you.
I'm going to kill you all. I mean, in a quiz manner.
Yeah,
You're already on my shit list.
No, the only person on my shit list is Vitz, and he knows why.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, no, like that ad read was so funny. Like I messaged Vitz, and I was like, we need a mid roll for the podcast because we haven't got the charity stuff set up yet. Can you do Pixel Pop Stars? Yeah, that sounds good. And I was like, cool. Bonus points if you sing it. And then like 2 hours later, I got the thing. I want my damn bonus points.
Exactly. Give me them bonus points.
Perfect. That's exactly what the reaction I was hoping for. But yeah, so there is no indie game of the week this week because, as you might have guessed, if you clicked on this YouTube podcast video or just podcast, depending on where you're listening to it, we're going to be talking about a lot of games, and a lot of the games that I've submitted for the most anticipated games of 2025 turned out to be indie games. Shock horror.
Yeah.
It's almost like I have a pattern.
I've got a few in there as well.
You did. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking when I wrote down my games, and I was like, this is way too many. Like I'm gonna have to like cut a lot of stuff. And then you sent me a list that was longer than the list that I made, and I was like, okay. Guess I don't even.
I got 24 on my list, but yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't that many.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I will say off the top, whilst these are going to be our quote unquote most anticipated games, I don't imagine I'll be definitely not playing through.
I am playing 40 games. Like I'm not playing 40 new games.
Yeah, and let's be honest, I ain't got the money for that. Yeah, so
this would bankrupt me.
Yeah, these are very much games that I'm either looking to playing myself or watching braver people than I play through as well. So, yes.
Yeah, so I've put them in a bit of an order. The first few, like, there's not many, but the first few are all in like release date / window order. Because I thought that
what
made
we know
sense.
of so far, yeah.
What has like dates and windows, and then like there's one like special category that divides the rest of them, which are in alphabetical order. I think I remember all of these games and what they are, but I'm sure Vitz will jog my memory, because the first two were mine. They're like imminent. Like 2 sequels to 2 indie games that I have been very, very positive about on this podcast because I love them both. The first one is End of Magnolia Bloom in the Mist, which it's been in early access for about a year, I think. And it's getting its 1.0 release on January 21st.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to it. Like, it's a cool Metroidvania. Quite difficult. You play as like in the first game. I don't know much about the second game. It's one of those things where it's like I could learn a lot because obviously I could buy it, I could play it in early access, I could watch people play it. But it was just like I want to go in the same way I went into Ender Lilies, which was the previous game, which is I knew fucking nothing about this game. It was it was, oh god, nanobiologist Mick.
Oh yeah,
he was talking about it on Twitter
the
in the
nanobiologist,
year it came out, and I was like, you know what, I'm sold. Let me download this game. So that was as much as I knew. And
I like the lineage of each game being a flower as well. So
yeah, like in the first game you play like the girl, and like you can move and jump and dodge, and then like you don't fight with the girl. Like you get the spirits of the bosses or enemies that you kill, and like you equip them to different face buttons and stuff. It's a very cool idea for a Metroidvania. And I'm looking forward to the new one. That one is probably one that I will play because again, like, love the series. And another one that I will play because it's like right near the top of like my excitement levels is Citizen Sleeper 2, because Citizen Sleeper 1 was a fucking amazing game. And I was like, you doing a sequel? For real? Like, let's go. That one comes out on January 31st. Very tabletop in terms of like its presentation and storytelling, and like you roll dice at the beginning of the day, and like those dice are like what you put into like skill checks to do certain things. So like like you've got a 1 but it's like, oh well, if I put it in this thing where my skill modifier is a +3, then at least I'll have a better chance of getting a positive outcome. Or like you play risky or whatever. Like it's very good. I played the demo and talked about it last year, so and I enjoyed the demo. You get a spaceship in this one. Fly about.
Hell yeah.
Get a crew together. Like fast.
Put your crew together. After that, we have Lost Records Bloom and Rage, February 18th for this one. So yeah, I think this one by the team over at Don't Nod. Obviously, they have a lineage these days with the Life is Strange games, and I'm interested to see what they do with an original IP for all intents and purposes, and how this actually shakes out, and whether they have kind of learnt the lessons from their experience with Life is Strange and how it melts to this one, or because kind of they'll be developed all at the same time kind of thing, whether they'll have some of the same limitations and things like that. So I'm looking forward to see how this one shapes out, and I know there's a fair few people who have this on their radar as well, so hoping that it's a great game for all involved. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one shapes out.
I like Jusond, which was them, but obviously that's a very different type of game. Which has
if
no
little
bearing.
climbing buddy comes back and he shows up,
has no bearing on this one.
Amy's like, I like a video game. This is
I
a
liked,
video game.
I liked a video game that has nothing to do with this video game, but it was made by the same studio.
At the end of the month, February 28th, we have Monster Hunter Wilds. So I've never been into Monster Hunter before, but a lot of my friends are hardcore into Monster Hunter, and I'm wondering if this is the one that's gonna get me in. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one shapes out as well. It might be one that I give a try. I imagine there'll be like a demo that comes out when it releases as well. And from a visual perspective, it looks stunning. Capcom always managed to do incredible things with that engine, and it's going to be a fun time. And hopefully, it's got the legs for the traditional Monster Hunter fans to get really into it. And for newbies like me, and it'll be like a decent onboarding point, and having that flexibility to try different weapon loadouts and what have you to find what playstyle works for you. I think it's going to be really cool, and it'll be fun to do like missions together. So I might get this on PC rather than on PlayStation, because I'm not paying for no PS Plus.
Oh yeah, so I just was thinking. Then I was like, hey, maybe the three of us can play it, because I don't know, me and Moody played Monster Hunter Rise a lot on Switch. And I was like, oh yeah, we'll have to play. We'd have to pay for PS Plus. But
not doing that.
Yeah, the weapon thing is quite funny. Like, because when we played Rise, like the weapon set that I assumed would be the one that I was really into turned out not. Like, I thought, oh yeah, dual blades, fast paced, slice monsters apart and like get the stuff. Yeah. And then we tried that for a bit, And I was like, not feeling this. And then I got a gun.
That'll do it.
I can't remember, Moody. Do you have a giant hammer? Was that your thing, or do you have like the greatsword or something? I can't remember what weapon you were using.
Great sword.
Yeah, so Moody was like running in with the big greatsword, doing the tank and stuff, and I was like fucking blasting away with like this fucking massive. It was the something bow. Like they were like, it's a bow, and I was like, motherfucker, this isn't gun, all right? Like, I know you're in a fantasy game, but you're not too good to just call your guns guns.
Hey, put a gun in Amy's arms, and this war is over. That's what I'm saying.
It was a fun time. I don't know if I didn't put this on my list because I was like, I don't know if I've got Monster Hunter in me at the moment. Like, if you and Moody were both playing it, I would probably go in, like, get it.
Yeah.
Like, so like we could play it together because I think like playing games with you two like is just fun. Like regardless, like. Half the reason I managed just 40 minutes of Umbrella Corps was because like you two were there.
100%.
But like, if it was just me doing it solo, it's just like I don't know if I've got the grind in me right now. Because it is a bit of a grind. But there's a and I mean Capcom is stretching the definition of beta. But there's two betas. There's one on February 6th and there's one on February 13th. Like 2 weekend long betas. So if you want to try it. That'll be how you would do that, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster on the 6th of March. Like, and that's the other reason I might not be doing Monster Hunter because like I've wanted to play these RPGs for so long, and I know I can if I want to. Like I was
now
like
new and shiny.
Well, so like I have a lot of retro games.
A fair few.
And like, but like getting like these two games are like super expensive to get a hold of.
They're prohibitively expensive. Yeah.
So like when Konami was like, we're remastering them and releasing them, I was like, it's my time.
And Jared Petty's like, yes, finally, everybody will be able to see the majesty of Suikoden.
Like, I want to play these games so bad, like especially the second one. I've heard the second one is like one of the greatest games of all time. So like it's been on my radar for a while. But like and then it's like people were saying to me like, Konami's history with remasters, and I'm like, I don't care. Like I will fight through anything. Almost anything.
There you go. Yeah, within reason.
Within reason, because I want to play Suikoden 2. Like, and I'll play the first one while I'm there. You know? Like, I can tell the series drops off in quality after that because, like, I would consider like 4 and 5, like the PS2 versions, affordable.
Right. Okay,
So I'm like, okay, so there's a clear drop off. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this on March 6th. That might just be March for me.
Yeah, 100%. On the same day, March 6th, Split Fiction comes out. So this is a new game by Joseph Fares and their team. I know Amy had limited mileage when it comes to It Takes Two and whatnot, but it's a game that me and my partner really enjoyed, and we're looking forward to jumping into this one too. And I'm really digging the elements of the two different characters kind of being diametrically opposed in terms of one is all about sci-fi and future tech, and one is all about fantasy and kind of ancient history and stuff, and how that's gonna meld together. And the short bits and pieces we did see in the trailer, they looked really, really interesting to me. So hopefully they've taken the lessons that put people like yourself off, Ames, and have kind of addressed that, so more people can get through this without being struck by whatever it was. And I'm not kind of joining for you to get into the reasons why. It's I'm just saying,
it was
hopefully there's a.
It sucked because so like I liked The Way Out more than people generally did. Like me and Keith streamed it like all in one go. I remember like we had a developer come into the chat. It was really fun. And The Way Out is a fucking great game. Like I'll stand by that.
Yeah.
And I love the ending. No spoilers. And then me and Moody streamed It Takes Two a few times, and like there's like highlights in those old highlight clip reels we used to do when we were streaming regularly, which is just like you looking at it and it's like we were having the time of our fucking lives. I locked Moody in the machine and I was pushing the button and he was like, "Let me out," and I was like, "Yeah, sure." Oops, my finger slipped, and then he exploded and then
you
like
fire the nail into the gun and then you retract it and then just about to jump onto it.
yeah, it was like the chess game, which was bullshit. There was the thing where you jumped on the thing and I launched him into space. Like, I want to play this one as well because, like, until that moment of it takes to like, I was having a great time. Like, like I don't know, maybe there's some mileage in like me and Moody streaming it again because we were on fire when we played that game up until the part where we weren't on fire anymore.
But yeah, that's Split Fiction. A few days after that, March 11th, Wonderstop comes out. I think this game looks really, really special. So Steam describes this as a narrative-centric, cozy game about change and tea. What more do you need?
By the creator of the Stanley Parable.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all you need to say.
That's what I needed.
So, yeah. So this game looks amazing, and I'm looking forward to jumping into this one because the Stanley Parable is possibly one of the most phenomenal games that ever has existed, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this team does next.
I mean, I agree. Like Stanley Parable was a fucking revelation to me when it came out, like an ultra deluxe as well. When you like really start digging into that game, it's just like, damn, they really did it. So yeah, like all I need is like from the creator of the Stanley Parable. Cool, don't need to know anything else.
Yeah, that's
like get that trailer out of my face. I don't even want to see it. I'm going in day one, like as blind as possible in a Wonderstop for sure.
Hell yes.
And then Atomfall was the next one, which I went for. Like I like Rebellion. Like I played the shit out of Sniper Elite 4, which was an amazing game. Like for all of the games that I've forgotten over the years, like I could still remember like entire levels of Sniper Elite 4. Like there's the one level where it's like you've got to go around the assassinating your targets and whatnot, but like and it's where they're firing the artillery, so you have to time your sniper shots to like the artillery fire, so that like
it doesn't give the game away.
So it's like masks the sound of the gunshot. It's just so fucking good. Like, and like we talked about it last year. It's like I'm a bit biased for that game because that was the first game where I did like the full press thing, where I was like got invited to go and talk to some of the developers and like play the game like at EGX. I was going to say GDQ there. Sorry, it's been GDQ all week in this
manifesting
house.
Is all you were doing.
No, I'm not speedrunning like Sniper Elite. Jesus, I'm bad at the game. Like I'm really bad at the game. But yeah, like that whole thing of like seeing it for the first time, having no like experience with Sniper Elite, and then just you get into the game and I'm like, oh, there's the thing over there and there's the thing over there, and then the guy taps me on the shoulder and he goes, turn around. And I like looked. There's a whole fucking village over here. Holy shit! And like, so like, I like the developer. That's my reason for like. This is like pitched as like Fallout in Britain.
Yeah, it's like a Northern English town and something like that. And
it's like what if Fallout but Yorkshire? And I'm like, god damn. Okay, made by the people who made Sniper Elite. Hell yeah, let's go.
No, absolutely. And for those who may not be aware, the fine people of Yorkshire, they have a unique barometer for the amount of bullshit that they'll take, and it is 0. So yes. No, absolutely. On the same day, the first Berserker Kazan comes out, and this is a game that looks really interesting to me, not only because I've got all-star talent like Ben Starr being featured in this game, but from a combat perspective, it looks really interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing just how much of a Souls-like it is, and how much it is akin to just an action adventure game, and how that shapes out. It does look a little bit too hardcore for me, so chances are I'll probably watch a let's play of this being played on a number of streams and things like this. But yeah, I'm always down to support Ben Starr and anything they do. They are good people, so yeah, hell yeah.
A video about that very topic. Ooh, it looks too hardcore for me. Well, that's will you see my next video essay? That's why I wince every time someone says something like that. Cabernet. That's the vampire game that I played ages ago. And I say at Steam Next Fest, like I went to Steam Next Fest, like it was a physical location. But I know it was a lot of fun. You play a lady who gets attacked and turned into a vampire, and it's like the 19th century, I think. And so you've got to like navigate like the world as like having just been turned into a vampire. And like it's all like that, you know, choices matter, like, you know, kind of thing. Or it's like, well, do you try and hold on to your humanity, or do you just go fucking rabbit?
Lean in,
lean in, baby. And like the demo was fun. I look forward to play. I always said I looked forward to playing more. I was a little disappointed that it didn't come out last year. I went like was supposed to, because I didn't get to play it. For that reason alone, because I didn't get to play it. I want to play it. Like I want to continue my adventures, but it's got an interesting like skill system where it's like, or a conversation system where you level up, and I'm using the term level up quite loosely. It's like you read a book about science and your science skill goes up or whatever, like, and there's like different like skills like that, like arts and history and stuff like that, and that gives you different options for conversation, like when you're talking to different characters. And I always appreciate a system like that, where it's like your mechanical choices, like in like character creation or like character building, like actually like matter in the game, in the gameplay in that way. Whereas like most choice-based games are just like, you get dialogue options, pick one, and the story will fork in a few different directions. Whereas this is based on how you're role playing. And that, to me, I love that kind of shit. So
yeah.
Cabernet. It's Q1, they say.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hopefully that will. Speaking of things that will hopefully come out, Blueprints is one that I imagine we both had on our list.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Like. Yeah. This is like I've been like the number one cheerleader for this game on Bluesky. Like
there's Ara, you and then Aravel.
And Ara's the community manager. And when she posted on Bluesky, like, oh yeah, we've got a release window, I was like, let's fucking go! Like, I'm so hyped. And I got a reply off her where she was just like, oh, I thought you might be. And I'm just like, do I need to tone it down? Like, the answer is no. No, I don't.
Oh, absolutely. This game looks intriguing and awesome all at the same time. And we got to find out what's happening in Room 46.
Good, man. I played the demo twice. And it gets to the end and it's like, oh, see you later. And I'm like, no, let me go through. Like, the second time I played it, I found so much stuff that I didn't find in the first time around. I was like, no, please. I want to keep going. Yeah, it's just such a cool concept for a game. And like, I'm going to lose my life to this game when it comes out. Over Christmas, I realized that, like, I'm gonna do some editing on the name here in the doc, so for you, Vitz, so I can communicate what I realized, that the it's a pun.
Okay.
Like
there we go.
Blueprints. It's a pun. I only realized a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, I feel so stupid that I only just noticed. But
there we go.
This is the game that I'm most excited about coming out this year. Please come out this year.
And then, all fingers crossed. Don't you worry. Next up on our list, as you're well aware, dear listener, Nintendo cooking up something special with Switch 2. And with it will come. The system seems to have leaked all here, there, and everywhere. But we don't know too much about what the launch lineup is going to be. So when we were coming up with our list, I just happened to put Nintendo mysteries in terms of what's going to be in that launch window of this year. Are we going to get a new Mario Kart? Are we going to get Metroid Prime 4? Pokemon Legends ZA? One of the two.
ZA.
And then like a new 3D Mario. What are we going to get? Are we going to get like a Mario Donkey Kong mashup game, that kind of thing? Or how is all of that going to shake out? And I like there being this air of mystery around Nintendo, even though on the hardware side, at least, everybody seems to think, well, it's fine, everybody knows. But if like a Mario Kart 9 drops, then that might be game over for me for the rest of the year, whenever that lands. But yeah.
No, I'll just play out. I'll just beat you out of a bunch, and then that'll.
Okay, we'll see.
I mean, hey, who won all our Mario Kart battles at the Museum of Science?
Yeah, but the Mario Kart on Super Nintendo always makes you throw up. It's weird.
Yeah, no, I had Pokemon obviously on on deck on a list of like, hey, what am I excited for? Like my first Pokemon game at launch.
Yeah,
I did my first Pokemon like game in 2024, and it was Violet. Like possibly
Violet and violent,
possibly ill-advised, but I still had a great time with it, and like the idea of getting to be there on like day one, and like actually like play through it with everybody else is quite exciting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how.
I'm texting Moody back, being like, you know, like because like in my mind of everybody I know, like Moody's the Pokemon master. So like I can play this game and I can get, and if I'm getting stuck, I can be like, Moody, help! This Pokemon gym is kicking my butt. Help me.
And he said, "No, I'm still trying to find a Bulbasaur in this bitch. I'll get back to you."
Moody's just spent 30 hours wandering around going, Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur, where are you? Come back.
For all we know, Bulbasaur will be one of the starters, just a different form of it.
Like, please, because like I wanted to, like I've heard so much about Bulbasaur, like for you know obvious reasons, and like. I was disappointed when I texted you like partway through my Violet playthrough, and I was like, "Is Bulbasaur in this?" And you were like, "No," and I was like, "Oh, that's a bit of a shame." And I do have I do seem to have an accidental affinity for grass types, as we found out that one time we played Pokemon. I would like a Bulbasaur like in my team.
Oh, speaking of Bulbasaur, can we get a shout out for the giant Ivysaur at Games Done Quick?
Fuck me. They said it was life size, and I was like, all right, cool. And then like 2 days later, they got it out, and I was like, God damn! Like you can't see the person sitting behind the Bulbasaur, the Ivysaur. It was like I looked up the name of the person who made it, and I was like, do they sell this? Like, because it's like you have to $250 minimum donation. I was like, they sell this though, right? It's $2,000.
Damn.
I was like, God damn.
So that's where the charity money goes.
No, like that's they donated one for Games Done Quick. But like, if you want to buy one, it's like you buy it. It's meant to order, because but it's like $2,000 plus shipping. I was like, damn! Imagine how much it costs to ship a box that big.
Yeah,
there's going to be some questions at customs. But yeah, no, like whatever, like Nintendo cooks up, like we'll see what happens. Like
anything could happen. Like we could get Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker into it, and Twilight Princess, and all sorts like Ocarina remakes, and like anything's on the table at this point from Nintendo.
I caution you against running wild with your with like your theorizing, because like that just leads to disappointment. But you said Wind Waker, and now I've been activated. It's like I could play Wind Waker on a modern console.
I am with you. I'm saying, Nintendo makes some weird decisions. They have the ability to not do that this time around. They probably will, but they have the ability to actually just give the people what they want.
I don't even think they know
in a timely fashion.
Like,
this is true,
because I don't know what I want. Like, if you're talking about Nintendo games that I'm excited for, like obviously Mario, I'm not a platformer person. Mario Kart 9, yeah, sure. Like I might pick it up. Like Pokemon, Metroid Prime, sure. But it's like if you were to say to me, like, what would be like your dream like launch lineup, like launch window lineup, like say the first 6 months of Switch 2, like I don't know, like I've got no idea. Like the best launch lineups are the ones you don't see coming.
This is true.
So I mean, I'm just here for the ride. Like I see all the leaks and people are like, "Whoa, the Nintendo Switch is good, 6,312 kilowatts of flippity do," and I'm just like, I don't care. Like I don't care about the technical specifications of the console. games.
Games is all sell a system at the end of the day.
If Nintendo cared about the technical specs to be more powerful than the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, it isn't. It's PS4 power level. Like
Fine.
seriously, they
That's
do not.
absolutely
No, I'm not saying it in a bad way.
No, I
Like,
know.
they don't care. They don't care.
Like it's like that naked Jakey video I shared about Microsoft, where it's just like, I can't remember his turn of phrase. It was beautiful though, where it was just like, I just care about the things that are happening on the screen that I control with my hands. Like, that's where I come down on like just gaming in general. It's like, I don't give a shit about Dr. Ray tracing or fucking teraflops or like frames per second or pisser or whatever. Like, I care about what I'm controlling on the screen. Like, am I playing a game that's good?
I think it's funny, ever since I said a few months ago that Xbox have done nothing good when it comes to technology, apart from probably had a good time with the 360 era, then someone goes and does a video about all of it.
By the way, yeah, I think the video is called Microsoft Sucks at Everything by Nakey Jakey. Like, I've watched Nakey Jakey for a couple of years now. And like, but that is such a good video. You should definitely check it out. But yeah, it's just, I don't give a shit about the what's under the hood, like, of the Switch. Like, can I plug it in my TV? Can I play fun games on it?
So yeah,
those are my two criteria.
Is it easy for developers to make their games run on it properly?
I won't lie, the Nintendo did need to go up a little bit more in power. I won't lie, it didn't desperately need it.
I'll concede that point. You're the developer here. Like,
yeah,
I just pick apart your work in the form of video essays.
But yeah, dear Nintendo, please just do the reveal for the Switch to
just be normal
really soon, and then just be normal.
Just be normal.
Yeah, if you can just do the real thing, so then we don't have to hear day in day out about this leaked and what's going to be real and all the rest of it. Just put us out of our misery. It doesn't matter.
Counter that by saying, as someone who like isn't bothered about the leaks and has not cared at all, I take the opposite approach, the approach that's the funniest to me. Dear Nintendo, shadow drop the console.
Yes.
don't reveal it. Don't do anything. Just go.
It's out now.
It's out now.
Yeah.
It's out now. Like, fuck them all. Keep them suspended in misery until like fucking October or something, and then just be like, and you can buy it now.
You get Sabrina Carpenter in the launch video again. She just says, and it's out now.
Yeah. Ever since they saw Sega do that, they're never gonna do that.
God, I forgot that they did that. I forgot they did that. Yeah, they did,
it's like, oh, aren't they fools? Thank God we dodged that bullet. They were never going to do that anyway, but yeah. No, Nintendo, I think the more thing is just like, Nintendo, stop talking about this thing now. Stop messing around. We all know you're going to do it at least now, between now and the end of March. So
it needs to be financial, right? Yeah.
There'll be a January Direct. Yeah, that's how they did it with the Switch. Like,
yeah.
Came out and they were like, it's like shaking a glass with ice cubes in it. Like,
HD Rumble, baby, never forget.
The thing is, it won't be a direct, it'll just be a video. And then they'll do a proper thing later on, like they did with the Switch, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Oh, the advert for the Switch, where they were like, you can play it at the basketball court. You can play it at the rooftop parties. And I'm just like, who do you think the target audience for this is, Nintendo?
We lost in that video. Everybody loved it.
I'll say one thing. Vitz should be able to tell me the gent's name from Kind of Funny, who just did a thing list about what he thinks is going to happen in each month or whatever.
The locked Roger Piccone.
Thank you very much. I think he's right, because I think it's kind of been leaked about it that there's kind of no dock apparently with this. It's going to be kind of Wi-Fi to the TV or something like that, or whatever.
You have to dock it. There is I've seen some posts on Bluesky apparently leaking the actual. There is like a physical dock, and it has like two different power values to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you essentially cast whatever's happening onto your Switch 2 device to your TV, right?
Yeah, and I think that's genius.
That's a good idea.
That's all I need to do. That's all I need to do.
Is this a leak, or is this like a leak? Because like, I don't know if you all remember
I've seen photos of actual hardware.
Right. Yeah, there's photos and everything out there.
don't know if you remember the Nintendo NX days. We covered some wild shit on this podcast.
Yeah. The funny thing is that
it was Laura K. Dale who did it, and I trust them when it comes to the stuff that they put out, and they would do it. They would like do it considered, like properly consider it before putting it up there. So yeah.
Well, she won't care if she gets blacklisted. She got a bloody a thin PS4 with before Sony announced the fucking thing, and they blacklisted her. She's like, I don't care. This is real. See, PlayStation, stop hiding it, type of thing. She won't care. But yeah, it's Nintendo just like stop messing around, Nintendo. Kind of just get this done. I know we're only like 9 days into the 2025 and everything, but yeah.
Waiting too long.
Come on, Nintendo. You waiting too long. The year is ticking.
I'm only getting older, Nintendo. Let's get on with it.
There's only 30. There's only like.
I'm going to getting older. Yeah.
There's only like 80 days left of the first 3 months. Come on, Nintendo, chop.
Think about those quality revenues, Nintendo. But yeah, no, like whatever they do for the reveal, it's gonna be fucking ridiculous, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's gonna be very Nintendo. Let's just be frank here. It's gonna be very Nintendo, very Japanese, which I think I'm all for and everything like that. And yeah,
I'm so sick of. I like one of the things I am sick of is like Microsoft and Sony's like presentation style. Like it's so boring. Like how can you make games that I'm excited for look boring?
Yeah, the funny thing is, like in a couple of weeks' time, we're going to be like, so how many studios of this Microsoft Direct are going to be closed by E3?
That's the thing, right? Like, hey, fuck it. We're in. We're going in. It's like, it's that time of year. Like they just announced their developer direct or whatever the fuck it's called. Which not gonna watch it, but. Like you shared that in the group, and I was like, "Isn't it about like that time of year when they're gonna fire 2,000 people?" Like,
yeah, and then the execs are gonna come out the day after saying, "Oh, you know what? Our games are always going to be on Xbox." The very next day, 4 games go to PlayStation.
Like, I'm looking forward to seeing how they fuck up this year, like with Microsoft. Like that's, it's becoming morbidly entertaining to me. Like watching all of the ways that they're like Sideshow Bob. Stepping on all the rakes, like, and it's like I found
a new rake.
It sucks for all of the people who suffer, because Phil's not suffering from all of the ways they're fucking up like people in general, but like it is becoming morbidly like quite funny in a really bleak, tragic way to just watch them continuously step on rakes.
Yeah, not to break out the smallest violin in the world for CEOs, but I don't imagine it's a fun time for Phil always being the band of the jokes and whatnot, for his mental health at least. As a human being, yeah, obviously they've made choices to elevate themselves into that position and stuff like that. But yeah, as a one human to another, I can kind of empathize with the pain that the mates go through every time they fuck up, and then he has to go out and take all the flack for it.
I think the house that he lives in and all of the money that he has and the financial security as the apocalypse burns around us, like I think that probably cushions it somewhat.
I 100% agree with you. I'm just saying from one human to another, it's not it can't be all sunshine and rainbows with them.
Yeah, the honeymoon period for Phil Spencer's now done and dusted. He's now just a corporate shrill. We all know that and everything. I said he would be out at the end of last year, so I think there's a chance. I don't know. I don't know.
Like the problem is, like, we've kind of like strayed a bit, but whatever. That's what we do on this podcast. Like the thing you've got to think with Xbox is, I talked about it last year. It's like what are they trying to do? Like, because you can't even like, we sit here on the podcast and we like see all of the fuck ups, all of the rakes that they step on, but it's like we don't even know what their objective is. Like at least with PlayStation, we know they want to sell consoles, they want to sell games, right? So we can see how many games and consoles they're selling and go, oh well, they're doing well or they're doing badly. But with Xbox, like, who fucking knows? Nobody knows what they're trying to do. So you sort of sit here and go, okay, well, I don't know if they're being successful or not, because they don't seem to have a plan. Like at least when Nintendo's doing the Nintendo thing, it's like, but they have a plan. And it works for them, and it's working because like they're fucking selling 100 million Switches. Whereas with Xbox, it's like, I don't know what their plan is. What are they trying to accomplish?
From the outside looking in, So they want to be, everything is an Xbox, and they want to be everywhere. But that's all well and good. But with what games? And the question that I want to ask, and dear listener, feel free to let me know in the comments and wherever you listen to the podcast. What is an Xbox exclusive title that absolutely rips, that has done well, done amazingly critically, and sold gangbusters and all the rest of it? Amy.
Damn. Well, I had absolutely rips. Yeah, sure. But then you I have to put my hand down. You added all the caveats. Sold well, critically acclaimed. I was gonna be like, Sea of Thieves, obviously. Sold well, Sea of Thieves.
Heavier.
Critically acclaimed. Shit. I still have the scars from the wars I fought over Sea of Thieves.
As we've established many times on this podcast, it's games which sell a system. It doesn't matter what that is, whether it's Steam being a viable option, or your Switch, or your PlayStation, or Xbox, or whatever happens to be kind of thing. Games is what sells systems at the end of the day. And if they can't get a steady flow of great games being on Game Pass and whatnot, like all three of us have ditched Game Pass and threw that out the goddamn window last year, kind of thing. And it's one of these where
I almost threw myself out the goddamn window with it.
This is true. And if they can't do that, and there's only so far that third-party games are going to take them, kind of thing, and they're not necessarily going to be day and date, and for sure we're going to get the Activision titles and whatnot, and it's kind of, but what are you bringing that's new to the table that's like truly groundbreaking? And I'm not saying that PlayStation doing this or Nintendo's doing that kind of thing.
Can we just sell on good? It doesn't need to be earth-shattering. Indiana Jones. To be fair, I just answered my own question, Indiana Jones, but then I'm waiting for the PlayStation fucking port of that game. So again, what the fuck are you trying to do? Yeah, again, it's I'm referencing this Naked Jake video a lot when we're talking about Xbox, but it's the point that he made so brilliantly at the end of that video, where it's just with Phil Spencer was on that, I think it was the Kind of Funny podcast, Xcast.
On the Xcast, yeah.
Where it was we can make great games, but that's not going to sell consoles. And it's this, you literally, you came into the industry with your first console and zero brand recognition, and you carved a place for yourself because of Halo.
Yes.
That's the whole point, the whole reason. It's backwards. It's Phil is causing me to be able to be unable to even string sentences together with how angry he makes me. It's if you make great games and put them on the box, and the box is the only place that you can play them, people are going to buy the box.
If you build it, they will come.
It's not hard.
The ultimate question I think I want to know right now from Xbox, and which we'll find out when the monthly the financial statements come out at the end of April. Call of Duty, I want to know how's that sold for them. I think Call of Duty would have sold well, there's no doubt about that, but I want to know, has that moved the needle on Game Pass? And I do not think it's moved the needle on Game Pass, because I think if they did, they would have been shouting from the rooftops for that. I think they would have literally said something.
When did it come out? November?
Yes.
I think it moved the needle in November. Because I think people who just want to play the campaign, which got a lot of, I had Vitz recommending me the campaign when I asked for game recommendations. So I think it could potentially have moved the needle November, December time, when those recommendations start filtering through. Because there's been people who are just hey, if I pay $9.99 or whatever the console price is,
£17 at this point,
or the console price, I'm just going off the PC price. It's I can play the campaign and it doesn't cost me £70. Banging. And then maybe I'll play a couple of things and then I'll dip. So I think the number dipped, right? I think if one release was ever going to change the fortunes of Game Pass, it would have been Starfield.
Yes.
And Starfield didn't do it. We spent a long time talking about why people will just buy COD. Over subscribing to a subscription service for it. It's people went to Game Pass, played Starfield, and then bounced. They're not gonna it's not Netflix. And I say this with the greatest respect to filmmaking. I know how hard filmmaking is. You can put film and TV shows out faster.
You
than
do like
you can
a 12,
video
12
games.
to 18 month turnaround time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, so you don't need to make that many to have like, say, one banger coming out every month. Whereas like that is an impossible speed to do. Like even once a quarter is difficult to manage in terms of like adding something new to Game Pass. Like you can't have a Call of Duty every 3 months coming out on Game Pass.
Yes.
That you have made. That you then also sell on other platforms, making the whole thing pointless in the first place. But yeah, no, it will be interesting to see what they actually like reveal about their numbers, which probably won't be a lot.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Shall we rattle through the other games that are on this?
Yeah, so we took a hell of a detour there, but we do actually have more games that we're excited for.
We do. So for me, Akiam is the next one. So this is the Bollywood-inspired turn-based RPG that is coming out hopefully soon. There was a demo that recently came off Steam, but hopefully you added it to your library beforehand. And yeah, really excited to see how this goes down, and especially digging the soundtrack that's going to come from this game.
Yeah, indie game of the week. Hear words about games. Yeah, it looks cool. I'm interested. Climbing game. Juson activated something in me when I played it, and now I'm just like, I'm all about climbing. None of that Nathan Drake push the button for the stick forward and it does it automatically. I mean, like, actually climbing. Yeah, like this was like a highlight for me of whenever it was announced. I think it was a Day of the Devs. This was one that was just like popped off to me. By the developers of, I want to say Haven, and Fury. Right. Yeah. I mean, like, I love climbing stuff. Yeah. Jusant taught me that I love climbing things in video games, so I'm very excited to climb Cairn. I think the mountain is called Cairn. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have this thing where it's like, if my excitement level for a game reaches a certain point, I have this thing where I then shut it all down. It's like I don't look the game up. I don't read news about it. I don't, unless that news is release dates. Like I don't watch trailers. I'm just like, okay, I want to go in with as little knowledge as possible. Thank you. So it's like, I don't know what the mountain's called. I know that I'm excited.
There you go. Speaking of games we're excited for, Clair Obscure Expedition 33. So this is by Samfall Interactive, and they are saying some wild things. So they've got Unreal Engine 5, and they say they are going to make the world's most groundbreaking RPG of all time. Having said that, it looks like a turn-based RPG, which is similar to... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, my guy, Persona exists. But this game looks absolutely stunning, and it's one that I'm keen to check out. Again, it's another Ben Starr joint. And yeah, hoping that it turns out really amazingly. Obviously, I don't think it's going to redefine the genre or anything like that. We'll leave that to Atlas. Thank you very much.
It could. Yeah, it could. All right.
It could. Yeah. Hypothetically, it could, and if it does, then I'm happy for all concerned. But yeah, this game looks stunning, and hopefully, it plays stunningly as well.
Yes, I'm in for that one as well.
Yes.
That was another one where it was like I saw the trailer at the Xbox thing. With Moody, and I was like, cool, I've seen everything I need to see.
There you go.
Wish list.
Let me know when it's out.
Tell me when it comes out. Poke me.
The next one that was on my list, I'm not sure if it was on your list as well, is Dispatch. So this is a narrative game, I think by some of the folks from the previous Telltale team. Infamously, this stars Laura Bailey and a whole host of characters, a cast and crew, including Aaron Paul, who you may know from Breaking Bad and that one Need for Speed movie, which is awful.
I was going to say, yes. Need for Speed.
He was in Need for Speed. Yeah, so this is kind of like a agency where various different superheroes get dispatched to solve various different issues going around in the city, and it looks like this could be really fun. Having said that, it also looks like it could tank as well. So I'm interested to see how this turns out, but I really like the art style that's used here, and yeah, it could be really, really fun.
Just check, my friend's still fighting Millennia.
Okay, good.
Doom, The Dark Ages. It's Doom.
Yes,
another Doom game. Like, That's all I need to say.
There you go.
Right.
Doom is doom.
I want to kill everything.
Rip and tear.
Violently. Thank you.
Yeah, especially with a shield that has a chainsaw built into
it. I had a couple of issues with the direction they went in Doom Eternal, and people who heard me talk about Doom Eternal did that thing where it's like I had a couple of issues with the direction they took Doom Eternal, so naturally I hated it. Or I was like, no, I loved Doom Eternal. I just had a couple of issues with it. It was a lot like Shadow of the Erdtree, where when we reviewed it, I was like, I have a couple of issues with this, but I love the game. And then people saw me give it Game of the Year and were like, but I thought you didn't like this. And I was like, motherfucker. Like,
You're allowed to critique something that you really love.
To listen to all of the words that I say.
The thing is, when you critique something, you go on and on and on and on, and you make it sound like you don't like it by the end.
The thing is, I just go on and on and on in general. Like, I can't help myself. But yeah, no, Doom the Dark Ages. Let's go. Do I think it's coming out this year? No.
No, yeah.
But they said it was. So.
The next one, again, one of these are probably on both of our lists, Earthblade. So this is the...
It wasn't, but only because I forgot about it. My bad.
Yeah, so I had this down to coming out last year, so hopefully it comes out this year. This is the follow-up from the team over at Celeste, who bought it, Celeste rather.
Maddie Thorson and co.
Yeah, and I can't wait for this game and everything it's going to do for the people. So I know how Celeste resonated so much with its approach to discussing mental health and a number of other social issues as well. And it's not that I need this one in the new title to also do the same, but I think they make games which have something to say, and I'm looking forward to finding out what that is.
Oh yeah, Maddie's a great game developer. They did a run of Super Mario Brothers Kaizo mod that she made at GDQ last summer. Super Sonic Saves the World. It was great. Like it's not for me because I can't even play Mario normally, never mind like Kaizo levels. But like, it's just like, damn, she's fucking talented. And she was on the commentary for that, and she's also crazy.
We love a crazy around here.
In a good way.
Yeah. The next one was on my list, Ghost of Yote. So this is starring the wonderful Erika Ishii, all-round badass. Hopefully it lands this year. I think this is going to be one of the first games of the Phase 2 for PS5, and I'm sure it'll have even more bells and whistles on the PS5 Pro. Not that I'll be experiencing any of those, but I'm looking forward to experiencing this. I really enjoyed my time with Ghost of Tsushima. Yes, it went on for a bit too long and had a few too many distractions while you're going from
like me
place
talking
to
about
place.
video games.
Yeah, like, oh, there's a fox here to follow. Oh, there's a yellow bird here to follow. And ADHD brain, you have to follow that bird.
I wanted to like, I played Ghost of Tsushima for about 10 hours, and it was one of those games like, I want to love this, man. The fucking cinematography is stunning. The world is great. I love the wind mechanic. And like, I love the idea that like you can be a sneaky boy and stab everybody, or you can just walk in, point at the biggest motherfucker in there,
with honor, yes,
stab him, and then just fuck everybody up. And I was like, I obviously took the second approach because like stealth and I don't really get along very well. But I was just like, but I'm so bored. I just want to kill people with a sword. Let me kill people with a sword.
Yeah, hopefully we won't have to endure people.
I don't want another haiku.
But you get the headband from it that you're never going to wear. It's fine. Hopefully we won't have to endure people like misidentifying what Kurosawa means. and
that was that as well.
This one.
I've already done that rant on the podcast. I'm not going to do it again.
One from me that I don't think is actually going to hit this year, Grand Theft Auto 6. I appreciate, Amy, that this isn't necessarily a title for you, and these titles haven't been for you in the past, kind of thing.
I've tried. Hey,
that's fair. I'm really looking forward to what this actually shapes out to be, and the concessions it's going to have to make in order for it to run on even PS5 and Series X, never mind a Series S, even if there is going to be a version that runs on that system, kind of thing. But yeah, I think it's going to be kind of like a landmark event for the industry, and the noises from Take-Two saying it's going to make $3 billion in its first year. And
it's going to save the industry. Did you not know?
Apparently, yeah. It's all things to all people, and I don't necessarily know if that includes GTA Online money. That just might be from people buying the base game. So we will see. But again, I don't have any hope that it's going to actually land this year.
60,
it's going to be,
what was it? 3 billion. 3 billion,
3 billion
divided by 70, because it's going to be $70.
The math is math.
There's a lot of numbers in front of me. 42857. Hold on. 4285715. If it sells 42 million copies.
Easy. That's done. That's day one numbers.
God.
That's easy day one numbers.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And then next up is Hades 2. I know I'm yet to finish my my first run of Hades, but I think Hades 2, once it leaves early access and whatnot, is going to be an incredible game. Another game which Ben Starr appears in, and apparently his boss fight is really yeah. So yeah, I don't think there's too much more to say on this.
It's early access, so I've just been like,
yeah. Yeah, call me when 1.0.
Call me in a year or two.
And now we come to various different cave paintings on walls. Because this might be the year that Team Cherry gets it done. Because I'm about to mention Hollow Knight Silksong.
I didn't even put this on my list, and then you went.
I put it on my list.
You want to embarrass us like this?
We don't have to wax lyrical too much about this. This might be the year that Team Cherry actually gets it done. So. When it does, I know Amy will stop for the month and be all in. Amy, what the heck is Holston?
It's the cool horror game that I played a while ago, and I lost my mind over because it's like the shit. Hold on, let me look it up because I want to.
That's right.
It was a couple of years ago. I know Moody's played it as well. We had a nice chat about it. Yeah, it's the survival horror game. Where it's like the isometric.
You do like a survival horror.
I do, but it's like the isometric view, and then you aim your gun, and the camera does this fucking sorcery, and then it's like a third person, like over the shoulder thing.
Nice.
Just like holy. And I remember I played it with into a demo of it for a Next Fest, and I came on the podcast and I was like, holy fucking shit. And I still feel that way.
Hell yeah, we love that.
And then he was like, oh, yeah, I've played that. And I was like, right, the camera, right?
No, I think I hated the gun combat.
I think he did like the combat, but I think it was the camera like mechanics specifically, because the combat was fine. You know,
I'm hearing both ways.
I mean, you got to remember my bar is set by Umbrella Corps. You know, it's not the worst.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like they've had time to make it bad.
Yeah, but I know what you mean about like the other aspect of that game.
Yeah.
I get it.
Mm-hmm. Next up for me is Hyperlight Breaker. So this is the follow-up to Hyperlight Drifter, and this is a change of pace.
It's called Holston. Sorry, I just realized I don't think I said the name of the game. It's called Holston.
I did say at the top. I said, what the heck is Holston? But yeah, that's fine. So Hyperlight Breaker is a change of pace. This one's going to be a multiplayer kind of hack and slash affair. I think it's going to be critically a little bit cooler than Hyperlight Drifter was. But the art style and what it's doing with the soundtrack is more than enough to get me interested, and then I'm looking forward to watch the likes of Andy Cortez, shout out Nitro Rifle, playing this.
All right. I was like, you're not going to play it yourself? I was like,
oh no. I mean, I'm going to see how it's going to review first, and then we'll make a.
You'll be too busy with charity games.
Sure. Or one beginning with A, I'm sure, right?
Yep. And ending in inconvenient 1-star many stories, just to like change pace completely. Like sure. I saw this and I was like, cool. I mean, like, and you might think I wouldn't be, but yeah, it's a you work in a convenience store.
Oh yeah.
And like you just like do all the convenience store things, and then people come in and like you talk to them and you do things for them, and then it's nice. That's what I'm saying. It's a nice game.
It's a nice game. Is
I
it
feel
like a coffee talk kind of game, or
sorry?
it like
No,
coffee
it's
talk?
like it's a third person, like it's not a visual novel or like a static
fine.
game. Like you actually walk around the shop and like do the things where you stack the shelves and whatnot, and like chat to people and like put the bread out on the shelves and according to this, have like meaningful. It's like a slice of life game. Like
See what you did there with the bread, slice of life.
I didn't mean it. I was just like, what? How can I narrow down
naturally this punny, friends.
this ramble into like something that's just like fucking legible by other humans who aren't me? It's like a slice of life game, basically. But yes, there is bread in the game. So,
Amy, take me to the island of Sicily and make me an offer that I can't refuse.
I mean, I'm not going to do that, but Mafia, the old country, might. Like, I like Mafia. Like, I played Mafia 2 back in the day, and it was really good. And then I played Mafia 3.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to them going back to their roots. Like, I feel like
this one is a linear game, right? It's not like open world.
Yeah, it's not. It's so forth, like. From what I've heard, like it's a lot more linear. Like, the Mafia 2 had an open world and you like drove around it, but it was one of those things, because I think I reviewed this game years and years ago. Like, it was one of those things where it didn't need it. Like, you drove from like one place to the other to like do the missions, and I was like, why the hell am I driving around this city? It's like, and it's so like characters could have conversations in the car, so they could like not do a cutscene. Instead, you could just like do the voiceover and stuff. And I was like, okay, but it's still stupid. And then Mafia 3 was an open world game that almost. And I told the story like last year on the podcast. My computer almost caught fire, and that's not actually a joke. Like, it almost cooked my processor. Yeah, like it seems like it's a back to basics type thing, and like that's cool. Like I like it when franchises that I enjoy, like that have maybe like gone a bit wayward, like go back to basics. So I'm like, cool. Like I want to see what you do with this. Like I liked Mafia. Like I said, I like Mafia. I like Mafia 2, Mafia 3. Like the opening is incredible of that game. Like Mafia 3. The game, however, is not. No. We agreed last year we were going to call it Triangle.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, speaking of Metal Gear Solid Triangle, as it turns out, Snake Eater. Hopefully this game lands this year. We haven't heard a Scooby-Doo about any type of release window and stuff, but indeed, what a thrill. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to jumping into this one and playing through my very first Metal Gear game. I've watched a number of Let's Plays of people playing through the whole series, and I'm looking forward to getting on the sticks of a brand new shiny version of the tale of Big Boss, and coming across against all the different bosses and the end and stuff, and starting the story with Snake Eater. But sung better than I just did.
I've never played through, but I still make the joke every time I'm going up a big ladder and anything. Yeah. No, I was gonna say like, oh, I've never played one. I haven't played 5. Like, I did Metal Gear Solid 5 when it came out. Fucking loved it.
With old Kiefer, yeah.
Yeah. I've got 2 on PS2, but it's one of those where it's like I tried to play it and I was like, oof. I'm not in the headspace for a game like this right now. Milizione.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, not really. It's the immersive sim where you're in the town, and like you're trying to escape the town, but like there's a giant policeman who's like he looks. He's like, if he sees you doing stuff, he's like, better stop doing that. I don't know. That's the best way I can think to describe it.
They're just an omnipresent officer.
Yeah, no, and I mean this. It's literal. Like you're in the town,
I believe
you. Thing, and there's a giant sad policeman in the middle of town that like will pick you up and be like, "Fucking stop breaking into shit." You can see why I like it.
Yeah,
I don't need to explain it any further.
No, that's fair. The next game on my list, and might be on yours as well, is Mixtape. So this is from the fine folks at Beethoven and Dinosaur, published by Annapurna Interactive, and
what's left of it?
Yeah, and this is kind of like the narrative adventure of three friends last day of high school and having the kind of adventures that they're going to do and going into this kind of paranormal world of seeing into the future and all that shit.
It always ends in paranormal shenanigans.
Yeah, but just the vibes of the autumnal setting and them skateboarding down the road, and it's period piece. Exactly. It's a period piece of like the late early 90s kind of thing, and I can't wait for this one.
Nice. Speaking of games that I can't wait for, Moonlighter 2.
Yeah,
Moonlighter's a great game. Did you play Moonlighter? I'll bet you didn't, because no one ever fucking talks about it anymore. Go play Moonlighter 1. It's very good. It's a dungeon crawler, and you go into the dungeon and you kill things, and then you take the stuff that you get back to your shop, and then you sell it, and then you take the money and you rebuild the town, and then you go back into the dungeon.
You moonlight as a dungeon crawler.
Yeah, it's fucking great. And then and I was like, they're making a sequel. Holy shit!
Oh yeah.
Oh, the next few of mine. Cool. I'll just get on a roll then. Off was announced towards the end of last year, and it's an RPG maker game, and they have a reputation for being a certain way, and that way is deeply psychologically troubling. And I never heard of this one, but Rebecca Valentine popped off when they announced that they were releasing the game on Switch. And that was enough, for me. So, sometimes it's the smallest things, right? Like this game is cited as an inspiration, I think, for Undertale.
Okay.
To give you sort of a lineage. It's that kind of game. It's like, when you talk about RPG maker games, it's like Undertale, Mori,
Fox.
Ebe, if you want to go into the horror space. So it's like, I'm always interested in a cool RPG maker game. But when Reb Valentine is like, this game's fucking amazing, I'm like, cool, wishlist it.
That's all we need.
That's all I need. She has this weird taste in games that kind of aligns with mine. When she pops off about a game I've never heard of, I take notice. Whereas when other people do it, I just whatever. You don't know me. Neither does Rebecca Valentine, but same brain syndrome. Promise Mascot Agency, which is the game that is the person from E3. It's spooky.
Oh yes, yeah, we love her. Nakamura-san.
Nakamura, yeah. And it's not on the Steam page. But yeah, it's her, but also the developers of Paradise Killer. I bet you've never heard of Paradise Killer. Go play it; it's fucking amazing. But yeah, no, that collaboration alone is just cool. I mean, it looks weird. The brand Bluesky account is being weird, which is always a good sign for me. Weird in a good way. Sorry, not weird in a bad. I know there's a lot of weird on social media. I mean, weird positive. And it just seems like a weird game. And Paradise Killer was a weird game. Ostensibly, it's a murder mystery. But, if you type Paradise Killer into Steam and you just look at the game, you're going to be like, what the fuck is this? It's a murder mystery. It's just...
the key art's amazing, though.
It's just unhinged. And it does that cool thing where it's the game will not... you have to solve a murder. The game will not tell you if you get it right or not. Even at the end, when you've done the thing and the credits go, it still won't tell you. It's great. Got to really use that brain. And the last one is Screenbound, which is the game... I don't usually do platformers, but it's the game where it's the platformer. You're playing the platformer and you're doing the thing, but you're also playing the game on the Game Boy that the character in the world has. So it's you know, like you're doing the 3D stuff, but then you're also doing the 2D stuff, and you have to do both at the same time to get around the level and stuff.
No, hell yeah.
I was like, Astrobot? Nah, not for me. That's too simple.
It's the baby's game.
Only got to play one game at a time? Oh, fuck
That's
off.
it.
I want to play 2 games at a time.
The next up on the list is a little game called Skate Story. And this is one that I'm looking forward to. So you are set in the underground, and you have to kind of destroy demons and save like torture souls and all the rest of it by being a hardened skater. The art style looks amazing. It's published by Devolver Digital, and this game looks incredible. So from the Steam page, you are a demon in the underworld made out of glass and pain. The devil has given you a skateboard with a simple deal.
Skate to the metal as fuck. Sorry.
Skate to the moon and swallow it, and you shall be freed. That's all you need to know.
Damn. Sorry, I gave my "that's metal as fuck" certification too early there.
Made out of glass and pain.
Made out of glass and pain, but then you were like, you swallow the moon. I was like, nope. But I went too early. That's my fault, and I apologize.
Yeah. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing how that game shapes out. The next one is South of Midnight.
No, it's not. No, it's Sleight.
Oh, sorry, no. It is Sleight Hand.
I ticked it by accident. It's. I won't say too much. We did an indie game of the week of it, like in December last year, I think, which was a month ago.
This game looks amazing.
You know, it's the 3D immersive sim stealth Dishonored, but also there's cards involved. Like, I mean.
Well, what's left to say,
everybody on my side of Blue Sky all went crazy for this.
Yeah, all the brains went baller at the same time.
All the weirdos who like the weird games were just like, holy fucking shit, did you see this? And we were like, yeah, I saw it. Did you fucking see it? Like, yeah, I saw it too. Like, good game.
Yeah. South of Midnight is the next one on my list, and that is a title which is from the Xbox family of studios, and it's set in a stylized version of the Deep South of Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Exactly. Exactly. But this game looks really interesting. From the previous cycle that happened at the tail end of last year, it looks like it's ready for prime time relatively soon. So hopefully this is a game that shapes up. I don't think it's going to do like groundbreaking numbers or anything, but it doesn't need to, I think.
As it comes to PlayStation.
Yeah, as a piece of art and featuring a person of color as the lead, and the stories that they tell, and how the developers, who I believe are based in Canada, they spent a fair amount of time in Louisiana to learn more about these folktales that they're adapting into the game itself, and the traversal mechanics. They look really interesting. We'll see how the combat plays out when people have their hands on the sticks, as it were. But
what's the
from the from the outside looking in, this game looks amazing. So yeah,
what's the real world version of law? Because what I was gonna say was like the law of like Louisiana and that sort of area of America is very fascinating, but I don't know if it's actual law, if it's actually like real, like the real world, like culture, history, whatever.
I imagine it, like most of it is kind of romanticized and fantasized, and
but it's very cool to me. Like it's very unique in terms of like, like the world. Like when I say like I like horror games that come out of Taiwan, because like for whatever reason, like they're fucked up over there. Like you see the shit that they've got like in their like folktales and their lore and stuff. It's like Jesus Christ. It's like with Louisiana, it's kind of the same thing, where it's like it's really interesting.
Real big gator.
Like it's not all gators. Like because that was where Alone in the Dark was set as well, and it's like that's really fast. Like it does some really fascinating stuff with like the history and the folktales of like Louisiana. So I'm interested in like Louisiana like lore, air quotes.
100%. I think one of the things that I particularly love about video games, it gives people a chance to walk a mile in different people's shoes and experience their like kind of lived experience. And this is a part of the world which I haven't had a chance to experience, and it'll be interesting to kind of give a peek, as it were, into to what that culture is about, or at least how it's represented in this game. So, yeah.
Yeah. My last one, Tenebrous Somnia, which I waxed lyrical about at the last Steam Next Fest.
Yeah.
It's the 2D survival horror game. That looks funny enough. It looks like Alone in the Dark, like the color palette and whatnot. And it's got the fucking incredible live action cutscenes. For that I played from the demo that are unbelievably cool. Like this game was like a filmmaker from South America. I don't want to say the country because I might be wrong. Who was like, oh, I could make a game. But I could use my filmmaking knowledge to like make the live action cutscenes. And from what I played of the demo, fucking yeah, let's go. Like it was such a good demo. Like I was so excited for it. So yeah, I guess I do like horror games.
Yeah. Then on my list we have Ultimate Sheep Raccoon. So this is the follow-up to
Ultimate Chicken
Chicky
Horse.
Doo. Yes, Ultimate Chicken Horse, or Chicky Doo, as I
which
like
is
to
fucking
call it.
incredible. That's such a good game. Oh god. Yeah.
So this is essentially, instead of just putting obstacles and trying to get to the end of the level, this is a bike racing game. So you're still putting these different elements to get into place, but now you have put like push bikes to get you from place to place, where you and your friends get to build the course together, add obstacles and dangerous traps, and take the lead with power ups and race to the finish. So this game looks like it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. We need to spin up Ultimate Chicken Horse on a fucking charity stream like one day. Like,
we so do.
Sweet, like our personality types playing that game. It's just like, because like we're not going to be like, hey, we need to make sure it's possible to get to the end of the level. We're going to be like, no. Die.
Yeah, and then you're going to make sure that I trigger the hive so I get stung by the bees. So it's
going to be like, it's like these bees, and you're going to be like, oh no.
Is that quicksand now? They added that into the video game. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've had such good times playing Ultimate Chicken Horse, and I forgot they announced this. Hell yeah, like. And yeah, we need to get on this when it comes out. But like, yeah, we should see about getting on Ultimate Chicken Horse as well.
Yeah. The next one is Unbeatable. So this is the
sounds like a Dark Souls game to me.
I'll say this is the rhythm game with an amazing hand-drawn art style, and so it's the description on Steam at least: experience what it means to be a band on the run. Music's illegal in this world, but you won't let that stop you.
Paul McCartney, Band on the Run.
Yes, I think so. But yeah, I just like the premise of I love a rhythm action game or a rhythm game anyway, and this seems to be very much in that wheelhouse, and I like the idea that music is illegal. There's very much footloose vibes going on.
I remember this trailer. Yeah, it was wasn't it Game Awards 2020? Not last year, the year before, the one where I got really mad because I ended up watching it. And this trailer was fucking sick, but then it was like, oh, it's a rhythm game, and I'm like, I have no rhythm.
Because you ain't.
I do not feel the rhythm, and I do not feel the rhyme. It's not bobsleigh time.
But get on up, it's bobsleigh time.
But like the game looks so fucking sick. I was like, I might try and put myself through it though. Yeah, I remember that.
And then the last game I have on this list is Wheel World. And this is a cycling game where you dive into the wheel world as Cat, the rider chosen by ancient cycling spirits.
Yeah.
Race elite teams, trick out your bike, and perform the long overdue Great Shift ritual to save the universe on the brink. Your bike is your destiny.
This used to be called something else.
Yeah, it did have an old name, yeah.
Ghost Bike. This used to be called Ghost Bike. Yeah. Like, what a fucking description, man. Like, so, say it again, because I can't see it. You're a cyclist.
Oh, sorry. Your rider chosen by the ancient cycling spirits. Race elite teams, trick out your bike, and perform the long overdue Great Shift ritual to save universe on the brink. Your bike is your destiny.
Fuck yeah. I'll tell you what, like I give a lot of shit to a lot of Steam descriptions. That one
This
slaps.
one's got the juice.
Yeah, that one does its job. Like, no way, like for real. I'm adding it to my wish list.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Real world. Also, Wheel World. I see what you did there, you sneaky fuckers.
See? It's not a social commentary at all. Don't worry about it.
No, it's not. But it's not another pun.
That's it.
Hiding in plain sight.
And that, friends, was a. I want to say it was like a
40.
a whirlwind tour, but it took us a fair bit of time.
Well, we had a bit of a detour in the middle where we were like, but Microsoft still sucks, though.
Yeah.
It's like, all these games are cool. Microsoft sucks, but all these games are cool.
Yeah.
When you suck, you suck. So
hey, you know, like when you suck, you suck. So I counted all of the games, right? I want to do a fun little game at the end.
Sure.
I counted all of the games. There's 40. So like, there's 40 on that list. And I thought we could do a fun game where we're going to do a guess. And it's not going to be relevant for another 12 months.
We'll try to remember, chat.
But I'll keep it. I'll keep this somewhere.
Yeah.
How many of these 40 most anticipated games will actually release in 2024? So I thought we could all guess how many of these games do we think are going to release total, and then whoever guesses closest, I don't know, I'll figure something out. I've got a year.
Wins a point.
Wins a point in something. Yeah. Maybe I'll buy you a bar of chocolate. How about that?
There you go.
you buy me a pizza.
I'll buy you a pizza, maybe,
Pizza
if
bet.
you get
Let's
it
do
right.
it. Yeah.
And I'll buy myself a pizza, which isn't a prize, really.
No, we'll buy you a pizza. If you,
I'll
if you
get
it.
bragging rights. The winner gets a pizza. How about that?
Yeah, there you
In
go.
2026. So Moody, how many of these 40 games do you think are going to come out in 2024?
35.
35. Moody going
Strong guess.
Strong. That's going to be a strong year. A lot of them were delayed from 2024, to be fair.
Yeah.
Vitz.
All right, then. Let's go with... Now, I know we're enacting new rules for
We're not.
for the fantasy thing. I'm going to go with 33.
33. We're not doing the new rules for that now.
Okay.
And I was going to,
Also-
88 never fails. All these games are going to come out twice, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
But I can't do that. So I was going to go 26.
That's not a bad guess, actually.
I was going to do 20 and just slice it clean in half, but I was like,
Well, you got Hollow Knight, you got GTA 6.
I mean, Hollow Knight's not coming out, so that's 39 straight away. Like, but then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, only 8 of these games actually have like release dates, and even then, I think some of those might change.
Because everybody's going to move their release window in accordance to what GTA thinks is going to happen, and then GTA is going to move to 2026.
The whole internet right now thinks Assassin's Creed moved just because of Monster Hunter.
Is there a
Assassin's Creed moved
Horizon?
because-
Is there a Horizon game coming out in 2025? Because if there is, I believe I can predict when Grand Theft Auto is coming out.
But there is going to be a Horizon movie, and I can't wait for what other movie releases on that same
Legend
day.
of Zelda. I saw this on Bluesky. Someone was like, the Zelda movie has the chance to do the funniest thing ever.
Zelda's already in production. This one isn't yet, so haven't even got a cast or script yet. So
I know, but it's just history of things.
It's
Unless they
Nintendo,
do
hold it
like,
for a year. Don't worry about it.
it's like it's just history.
Sony
of
are
things,
doing the
so.
Zelda one, so Sony ain't gonna allow that to happen.
Elden Ring movie, right? something will come out.
Time-ish.
Yeah, so we're not going to do that because no time. So it's time for the first round of OpenCritic Head-To-Head for 2025. This is the game we play every week where we try to guess the OpenCritic average of upcoming games. Whoever guesses closest to the score gets a point. If you guess the score correctly, you get 2 points. Last week, we didn't have a podcast, so don't worry about that.
It was
part.
holidays, yeah.
The scores have been reset after Moody's historic 20-point victory or whatever the fuck it was. Will he run away with it again this year? Who knows?
Dang it, I'm level with draws again.
We're all level with So yeah, we've got 2 games that are coming out next week. Well, there's more, but there's 2 games we're gonna guess. Donkey
There's
Kong.
only two that Amy cares about.
It's not about caring about. Like the thing is, like, because we did a couple indies last year where it was like we didn't get scores for them, so it's like I tend to avoid the smaller games because like you just don't know.
That's fair.
Which is a shame because like I would like to like talk about those as well, but it's just like it's for the game. It's just kind of fucks the game up. But yeah, the first one is Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
Moody, the action is on you, my friend.
Which is a remaster of a remaster.
It is. I saw the trailer. I was like, no, this came out already. It's like, no, it's
no,
new.
it did
It's
on
even newer.
Wii.
Yeah.
Wii U.
Uh-huh.
Wii wasn't an HD console. Sorry, Moody. Sorry, what was your guess?
No. He's taking oxygen to his brain in order to come up with this amazing number. He's going to say.
No, he's got all the numbers from 1 to 100 on his fidget spinner. He just spins it around.
80.
80. Oh, that's me. I was going to be like, Amy, what do you?
Yeah.
No, that's me. Donkey Kong Country is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's one of the few platformers I've actually played.
Even I played the original DKC, DKC2, and then was it Donkey Kong Lands? Oh, Donkey Kong Country.
Diddy Kong's something or other, wasn't it?
That was Diddy Kong's Quest for the second
Diddy
one,
Kong
and then
Quest. Yeah,
and then the one with Dixie and Kiddy Kong.
Oh, I only
played
did
that
the
one
first
well.
one. I had a Mega Drive, and my neighbors had a Super Nintendo, and because our parents were like best friends or whatever, sometimes those consoles would get swapped.
Right.
Temporarily. So like they could play Sonic and I could play in Donkey Kong. I didn't play Mario. Like, they were like, you can play Mario, and I was like, but this one's got a monkey in it. So that was what I played.
No, I allegedly may have played these on the emulator back in the day.
Dr. Mario as well. Thing is, like,
Ocean
there were like I could have gotten into games so much better if I knew what an RPG was back then. Sorry,
okay, so scores on the door so far 1885. I am going to go with an 83, please.
83.
Yeah.
That's not 188. The next game we're going to guess the OpenCritic average of is Dynasty Warrior Origins, not Dynasty Warrior the TV show. Google. Moody, what do you think about Dynasty Warrior Origins?
80.
It's inconsistent.
He's just going to guess 80 all year and then be like, I still won, bitches.
Exactly.
It's a bad year if every game I get was 80. I'm just going to state
it's an average, right? It's like, it's been a bit of an average year. Got 2 points on everything. What the fuck happened? Dynasty Warriors Origins. This series is like so up and down, though, isn't it? Like,
it is, but they're taking a fair time off. I think this is their first title in a while.
Because the last one was terrible, right? Like,
yes.
So do you think they've done the? Ooh, we're gonna need to take some time here and fucking sort ourselves out. Like the last one got a 62.
Exactly.
But that was 2018, so it was a while ago. And like, people like these games.
They do like these games.
I tried one. Like, I had a friend when I was a kid who had a PS2. And he fucking loved Dynasty Warriors, and he was like, "Here, you have a go." And I was like, "It looks great." And then I tried playing it, and I was like, "It looks great."
Yeah,
somebody else is controlling it.
It's like, look, I played my Muso game. I played Persona 5 Strikers. Thank you very much. That's it.
I did play that. Yeah, 77 is my guess.
I'm still gonna go 79. I had 79 in my head when I came to this. I don't think it had the juice.
In the old days of this, in the very old days of this, when me and Moody used to do it, like I used to prove that I wasn't sniping Moody's guesses.
You write them down first, and then
I would always have my can, and I would write my guess on my can with a Sharpie pen, and then Moody would make his guess, and I'd hold my can up to the camera.
There you go.
And then I still lost. Cool. So we'll find out what's going to happen with that next week, because we're back weekly podcasts. But for now, I think it's time for Moody's
You almost said
time
the C
to
word.
shine. I did. I'm trying to wean myself off the C word.
There we go. New year, new aims.
Wash my mouth out with acid.
Oh, and you're drinking those, yeah, basically.
I guess so. Yeah. There's a lot of acid in this. Citric acid.
Basically.
Sucrose acid.
Moody, shine. Should name in acids.
Hello, everybody. Today, be proud you made it. Another day is behind you. Another year is behind you, even. Another week has passed. Jump up, high five that sky, because the new year is here and it is your time. Live long and prosper and bring on 2025.
My friend's still fighting Melania. Just so you know. I thought I'd give an update.
All energies to your friend.
It's going to be a weekly update thing. Still there.
All right. All right. Peace, everyone.